Yo, what's going on, my people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are here for the late vibes, late debate show. You call it what you want. We're here with the brothers in the building. Tuesday evening, you know what I'm saying? We are here. David Ornstein just put a bomber out. Agreement in place for Thomas Tuchel to become England boss, set to be announced on Wednesday. Combination of staff from 51-year-old German and FA. Bonus in contract for winning 2026 World Cup. Guardiola was top England target, and admiration remains. Wow. Bomber. But listen, man, we got things to talk about. We got Ash in the building. Ash, how are you, mate?
Good. Chilling. No, easy. Just another day, another United, drama, innit? Do you know what I mean? There's always got to be something. We can't just have a little bit of, just rest, a bit of respite. Here we are. Again, nonsense, not necessary, but I'm sure we'll discuss it. Pleasure to be on the stream with you boys as well. Tell me and Estrella in the chat. Get yourselves involved. Make sure you hit that like button and all that. And yeah, we'll get to it.
Yep, absolutely, man. We got man like Estrella in the building. What are you saying, Estrella?
No,
what are you telling me?
I'm straight, man. Love, big up everyone in the chat, man. Smash the likes up. Let's get the likes up to what are we on now?
We are on. I don't even know, actually. We're just over 100 likes, so let's get these likes up.
There'll always be 1,000. There'll be 1,000 of you lot in here. There'll already be like 200 likes, man. Get it up from early.
Yeah, man. Let's get it up. We got Temmie in the building. Temmie, what are you saying, brother? What are you saying, bro? What are you telling me?
Fellas, what's good, Saeed? Much love to the panel as always. Shout out Ash. Shout out Mr. Estrella, man. Everyone, make sure to hit the like button. You feel me? Hit the subscribe button. We got a lot to discuss. It feels like it's been a minute since I've been on the channel, man. So, hey, I appreciate you, bringing me back on. But we got a lot to discuss. We have a lot to discuss, and I can't wait to do it.
Absolutely, man. Listen, man, bro. Hey, this could be a sick episode, but we're gonna have to start with the whole Alex Ferguson kind of almost debacle. I think it's the right word to call it, because obviously everybody's kind of having their own opinion, what's going on, etc., etc. But today we found out that Ineos decided to cut Alex Ferguson from multi-million-pound ambassadorial role with Manchester United. Ferguson will remain non-executive director at the club. Still, obviously, will attend Man United games. So then, after that, everyone went on a madness. Everyone had their own opinion. But the king, Eric Cantona, Ten Hag, man, he ain't no king. You know what I'm saying? He came out and said, "Yo, people, Alex Ferguson should be able to do anything he wants at the club until the day he dies. Such a lack of respect. It's totally scandalous. So Alex Ferguson will be my boss forever. And I throw them all in a big bag of shit." Now that, I can't lie to you guys here. That is strong words, you know. I feel like for me, you know, when you gotta protect your man, you gotta protect your man, bro. The boss, you know, El Jefe. You know what I'm saying? He's protecting the Don. Ash, where do you see it? Because a lot of people are saying, yo, Alex Ferguson should have gone time ago, etc., etc. Like, where do you stand by it, bro? You get me? Like, where do you stand on all of this, bro? Where do you stand on this, bro?
Listen, we've got a lot to thank for that, man. Do you know what I mean? He's a titan at the club, and you know, without him over the last 20 years, and I understand that there'll be a lot of people out there saying that, oh, you know, he's the ghost, the shadow of Alex Ferguson around the stadium. It's never been good for football teams in the past, and we a little bit with Sir Matt Busby, and it took us years to get past that. But for me, I mean, I was saying to Temi before we started, it's like when you see the F1 paddock and you see all the celebrities line up. I mean, just him being around the club, being that face of the club, he's kind of the only bit of positivity we get from the club over the last couple of years. Just seeing him there, and it's just bad optics from Ineos. I mean, they're already going through a difficult period at the moment with the club underperforming, with the kind of turmoil around what's happening with Eric Ten Hag. And then they're going to go and make this decision right now. I mean, could it not wait until the summer? Just kind of slipped it in there quietly. Does it have to come out now? For me, I don't know if it's a distraction technique from what's going on the football field, but 2 million, what's that? You know,
24.
20, yeah. Again?
24 million. He's done it for what, 20 years?
20 years.
Yeah,
he's getting 2 million a year. 2 million a year. 2 million a year.
What's that? Less than Anthony a year? I know I'd rather have the club of the year. Do you know what I mean? Like what we're talking about here. I know I'd rather have the club.
It'll be 24 when it finishes. I don't. Oh, sorry, Ash. Go on. Sorry.
No. Go on.
I was gonna say, I don't think it's disrespectful. And I don't think, like, if you want to look at it from a logical point of view, the way I'm looking at it, one, he's 82 years old. If you live in the UK, everyone knows mainly the retirement age working is 65. The guy's had his own health issues. As much as we love football and he's brought us great joy, he has a life outside of football. Like, you can't expect an ambassador role is not just turn up to games. It involves being active and attending events or meetings. The guy's got what short time or long time he has with the rest of his family to enjoy what he's done with his whole career. I don't think this is a pressing issue. Let's be honest. If he was getting fired, the first person that would be jumping on this, and I don't even like him, is Gary Neville. Has he said anything?
He might say something. He might. Apparently, there's reports of.
Like I said before, I came in onto the stream. Yeah, there's only a select few of people in the world that have this power where they can pick up a phone and whatever conversation ends on, ripple effects happen. If Fergie had got sacked, all it takes is for him to reach out to one media outlet and go, "They sacked me." It's game over for Ineos.
Yeah, 100%. But obviously, he might have been told, innit? When you're told, it's basically the same thing, innit? Yo, we're basically telling you he's always going to agree to do things because he wants the best interest for Man United anyway. So people might think, you know what, he's going to agree to it anyway because that's what he is, Alex Ferguson. He puts a club first in that regards, man. The thing is for me, man, it's like, and I go to tell me in a bit, but I feel like for me it's a distraction, man. Like, I'm fussed, but I'm not fussed at the same time because I'm fussed because I'm like, it's one of them where it's positive kind of PR for Ineos right now, which I don't want to see right now, if I'm being honest with you. And then obviously you got the other side of it where people are saying, yo, man, Fergie's a don, innit? Like, you could have literally cost cut anywhere else. You know what I mean? Like, why Fergie? You know what I mean? But at the same time, a lot of people have said, yeah, yo, Fergie needs to let go of the power. Or let's say, when we're rubbish, yeah, the camera's always pointing at Fergie, man. And it's like, what do you want us to see? Do you know what I mean? Like, what do you want us to see? Do you know what I mean? Like, you want us to be more pissed off, more angry? Like, what do you want? And I feel like for me, it's like, maybe they're trying to say, you know what, man, we don't need to give money out to Fergie. He comes to the games regardless anyway. Like, who gave him that right to have $2 million a year to kind of just chill, basically? That's what they're looking at from their point of view.
Yeah, no. I don't. For me, this actually kind of got on my nerves, and it shouldn't have gotten on my nerves, but it actually got on my nerves. And here's the reason why. It's like, why the fuck are your priorities all out of whack? Like, why are you worried about Alex Ferguson when Erik ten Hag is still here? And for me, this is someone who is actively defending Ineos. So today I woke up like, yo, I've been defending these guys, and like, you're worried about $2 million from Sir Alex? Like, listen, I understand, like, he's not really doing much, like, obviously, but who cares? Who cares? He's the most central figure in this club's history. I don't think that's that difficult to argue. You know what I mean? If you want to give him a little $2 million every year, cool. Your priorities are out of whack. Like, bro, get rid of this manager. And like, let's think about, this should not even be a story. This wouldn't really be a story, as big of a story, if Erik ten Hag had been fired. I'm so serious. This would have been like a morning news thing, and then we're done with it. You feel me? Like, it would not have been a topic. Why? Who cares if Sir Alex is making $2 million a year? Who cares? Actually, who cares? Is this affecting any of our pockets? Anybody, like any of our pockets? No. Is this affecting Sir Jim's? Is this affecting Sir Jim's bottom line? No, it's not. So, like, for me, it's like, cool. I get it. He's older. You want to move him on, whatever the case may be. But like, this would be a non-story if their priorities were in the right place. I'm deadly serious. This would not be a big deal. The only reason we're talking about this is because there's other things that haven't been addressed. That's it. If we had Erik ten Hag gone, a new manager's in place, and we would be talking about the new manager. We would not be talking about Sir Alex Ferguson and $2 million a year that he's not getting. Like, who cares, bro? Who cares? I do not give two shits. The amount of things this man has done for the club, $2 million a year as a pension package, I could care less, bro. I could care less.
Tell me, I got something.
It's a fair point.
No. Sorry, real quick here. One or two things. One, even if Erik ten Hag had been sacked, it would still make good, great news, because when we're in international break, it's dead play. So these are not to call story just to gain headlines, for starters. Secondly, as much as I love Fergie and appreciate everything he's done, take her into the fact that he's 82 years old. And I don't know if maybe there's underlying health issues as to why they've announced it now. So when it comes to him leaving, it's not a massive shock. Me personally, as much as I don't know any organization, any other sport, any other industry or walk of life, someone's done an amazing job for a large proportion of time. And after they go, you still can continue to reward them till they die. And you're still going to be doing it until after they die. Like, if you want to act like a big club, because I keep hearing everyone say act like a big club. I'm not saying a big club will do this, but I'm saying, does it make sense to have an 82-year-old who has underlying health issues?
It's not a big club move, though, is it?
This happens. Qataris wouldn't got rid of him. Qataris wouldn't got rid of him, would they?
Wait, let me land my point, please, because you're reacting because it's for Sir Alex Ferguson, but they've already made people redundant at United that work on that job every day. They pay off their mortgages on that wage.
This happens in sports.
No, but no one's saying nothing about those people either. Obviously, I love Fergie. I'll never talk foul on him, but I'm saying this is an overbite for me anyway. Because there's other people who are grafting in this economy that we all know is tight, and they've been made redundant because they're making cuts. And no one's saying anything about those ordinary working hard people that have worked at the club for years.
Okay, this happened. I hope you understand. This happens in sports everywhere, like literally everywhere.
What is this? This doesn't happen in sports.
In the NBA, in the NFL, and there's ambassadors in every single team that aren't doing shit. This happens in every professional sport. I can promise.
Can you name it in football, please? Can you name
Kenny
it?
Dalglish at Liverpool? Kenny Dalglish
bro,
is
I'm-
an ambassador.
bro,
Do you know what I mean? You know, he used to Liverpool. They don't give him, do they?
Wait, on 2 million a year when they're trying to recoup the money.
We don't know the wages. We don't know the wages.
Let me respond real quick. I don't dig too deep into who Liverpool and Chelsea's ambassadors are, but I can guarantee you that they have people who are in ambassadorial roles that aren't doing. I can almost guarantee it because it happens everywhere. The point I'm trying to wait, bro, this happens in sport in high professional sports.
I agree,
all the time. But so let me respond to your. This will be a big story. I promise you, if Erik ten Hag had gotten sacked and Ruben Amorim was our manager, we would not be talking about this. Like, we would not be talking about this.
Not to the severity of the way I see today.
It might be like
the
you know how we have our topics, bro. Like this would be like you know how like in UFC you have the top.
Yeah.
This would be like a non-story, bro. We would talk about it for like 2 minutes and we'd be done, and we'd be talking about, oh, who's gonna start this week under this new manager? What formation is he gonna run? Like that's what we'll be talking about. We wouldn't be talking about this.
I think that's a bit of an unfair comparison because nothing's really happened for you not to feel like this because there's no news with Ten Hag. You've just heard about the Fergie stuff, so there's nothing.
That's literally the point I'm making.
There's nothing you can do to comparison it if you see what I'm.
No, there is. I get Saeed. Okay, you run this channel. Tell me if Erik ten Hag had gotten sacked and we brought in a new manager, what do you think we would be talking about today?
No, I agree with you.
What are you talking about?
I said I agree with you on that.
1 second.
Point,
KG's calling. KG, 1 second. Yo, KG, you're live. You're live.
Listen, right now, yeah, I'm letting you know, bro, it's beef, fam. Big Six versus Reckless FC, fam.
Oh, you
Are you ready, fam? We'll move to
Okay, say no more. Say no more. I'm gonna let Turkish know.
I've got no game, bro. Right now, my team's getting promoted right now.
All right. Say no more. Say no more.
Are you ready, though?
We're ready. We're ready. We're ready.
No, you're not ready, fam. You don't want to see us, bro. Whenever you're ready, we'll be outside.
All right. Say no more. Say no more. Say no more.
Hearing when you play, you lot are stressed online, bro. People arguing in that.
Yeah, listen, it's not good right now. It's not good. It's not good. But we're talking about Ineos, man. Listen, forget that. We're talking about civil war right now. You know the ones there. But love.
I ain't got time. I'm talking about winning. That's all I was
All right, love, my bro. See, that's what I'm saying. We got our priorities wrong, man. You know what it is? But I'm playing EAFC. But I'm playing EAFC and what's going on? Pro clubs and that. Let's talk about Alex Ferguson, man. Ferguson.
That's the point. For me, I think my biggest point is like Ineos's priorities aren't in the right place right now. Like that's my big issue. Like, why are we why does this matter right now? Like why is this a thing? Like this should not be what we're talking about. I'm gonna be real. Like, why would you be worried about getting rid of Sir Alex before you get rid of this manager who's been screwing around,
saving money to sack Ten Hag to pay off? That's what they're doing. They're trying to get the money together to pay that 40 million.
Maybe if that. Hey, listen, if that's the reason, maybe I can get it. Like, maybe I can get it. Like, but come on, man. Like, what are we?
You know what it is, man? Yeah, you know what this penny pinching, this kind of the way Ineos are moving right now. Like, I'm just not liking any move right now. I just think for me right now,
they said this before they came into the club, though.
Hey.
They said this before they came into the club.
It feels cheap though, Estrella, doesn't it? It feels cheap. Like, I feel like we're being cheap. Getting rid of
Wait, Ash, do you know why I'm upset? Because I said before I wanted Qatar, and it's not because they've got an unmounted wealth or nothing like that. It's because they offered full sale. Yeah. In comparison to Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who is going to come in and there's a percentage stakeholder.
Is there some feedback going on? Is there some feedback? 1 second. Yeah.
I just need like something that hopefully we just see something.
Yo, Omar, your feedback coming from me, bro. Yeah. Say no more. Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Sir Jim came to stay here, and he also said in his manifest that he's gonna make United doesn't see the point of large investment. They're already self-sufficient. They just need to obviously eradicate the debt. So I didn't expect him to come in and start pumping money in. It was more of a thing where I knew he was gonna make reductions where he saw necessary. And unfortunately, 24 million a year is a sizable amount. If we're going to get a new training ground, if we want to get rid of the manager or whatever infrastructure we want to get back into the club, it helps. So that's why I'm not overreacting, because like I said before, these are decisions that unfortunately have to be made.
No, I hear
if he's going to pay the debt, yeah, that's okay. But we've not seen.
They're not paying no debt,
so
man. How do you think
what is 14 million? What's 14 million going to do with 750 million?
700 million? It's nearly a billion, bro.
Sorry.
What is 14 million going to do in comparison for like a $700 million debt? Like that's not really doing anything. You feel me?
Tell me you're taking my context. I never said it's going to go to the debt. It's 24 million, yeah, and it's 2 million a year that we're saving. It can go somewhere else into the club.
I agree. I agree with what you're saying. Like I honestly don't like from a financial perspective. I'm with you on that. I never expected them to like just spend all crazy. And honestly, I don't really mind. Like, I don't care about that. Like, we've seen that we spent over 600 million in 3 years and that hasn't done shit. You feel me? So it's about being smart. It's about being, shrewd in the market. All those things I have no issue with. Literally zero issue with cutting costs. People think I'm crazy about that. I actually don't care. For me, it's just about priorities. Where are your priorities? Like, where are your priorities? Because
was that the performance review then? Maybe that was a performance review of sacking. You know what I mean? Telling my man you gotta go.
Exactly. Do you know what you don't forget as well? Yeah, everyone keeps saying Ineos. They don't own the club. The Glazers still own the club. They're a majority. They're a percentage holder. They're stakeholder. Like they own a percentage. So you're not thinking that they're going to spend unfathomable amount of money to get us back to the top is stupid.
No, but I didn't say that.
No, not you, because these are how some people think, and I've been hearing Ineos. It's like even at 24 million, they're buying to what they bought in United. That's probably something back for them. I'm not saying it is, but it's probably a knock-off fraction. Like, there's a milestone we can tick off. Let's see where else we can recoup. Their main aim is not to necessarily just start making penultimate decisions that are going to improve us tomorrow. They're thinking long term. For fans right now that we're in the pain right now, that we've been in the pain for the last 10 years, we're just thinking, oh my God, what's this got to do? All of the decisions that they're doing is long term, not short term that you want to see. The short term that you want to see is get the manager out. Okay, we get the manager out. In this current market, all the managers that you want, they're probably at other clubs. That means we're gonna have to pay somebody out.
So real quick, let me respond because I've been defending them in terms of I've been saying listen, I think their thought process is. And their thought process has been from the beginning, we're going to give this man till December. So I've been saying, I think he will get sacked in December.
I'm adamant now, more than ever.
I've been saying, I think he will get sacked in December. But for my issue with even though I think this is what their thought process is, my issue is the priorities for me are just still not in the right place.
Oh, yeah, facts.
Even though I've been defending them, I think I can still say, bro, what are we doing here? Like, we have like, what are we doing here? That's all I'm saying. It's really not like, okay, Sir Alex Ferguson, you're cutting cost.
It's just priorities, isn't it? That's what it comes down to.
Priorities. Like, bro, we have the worst manager in the league. Get him gone, bro.
Do you reckon they can afford to sack him? Because if they're doing all this cost cutting,
they can afford.
If they're squirting for about 2 million,
they can afford to sack him. They can afford to sack him.
Do you know my only thing is, Ash, and you can answer as well for please. I want to see your thoughts on this. Even if we did sack him, now the obvious replacement, which the media wanted so much, Tuchel's now gone, Who is it that you would want that you actually realistically think?
Oh, yeah, hear me? Oh, my
would come?
Perfect.
Who do you think would realistically coming now out of
Thomas
all the
Frank?
Saeed.
Out of the managers you actually
that's the reality right now, man. Because Thomas Frank.
For me, I'm with Brian, and I've said I want this the sporting manager. Let's go with
Ruben Amorim.
These are Ineos, bro. They literally bottled Tuchel, and you want to go and get Amorim, bro?
I don't believe they bottled Tuchel. I don't believe they bottled Tuchel.
They did bottle Tuchel. Let's be honest. Like
Why?
If they really wanted him, if they say what they say they are, and they are what they are, they would have got Tuchel.
If they got Lenny Euro, what makes you think they can't get Tuchel?
No, but the thing is,
Berardo wanted him.
Berardo. No, Berardo.
I don't think Berardo wanted him. I don't think Berardo wanted him because he's the CEO at the end of the day. It all falls down to him. At the end of the day, he's the one that gets the reports back from Ashworth and the rest of them. So I feel like him being at the City group and knowing what's going on, I feel like he'll want someone who plays a little bit better football. And I feel like there's a potential for an Amorim in the future if Berardo's given the decision and given the power. But I don't like the fact that this is all being done by committee at the moment. Do you know what I mean? It's like we've gone from we've gone from having to rely on the Glazers to now this bloated kind of committee thing where everyone's taking votes and all that. And it's like there's no. It doesn't seem to be any clear vision going forward. But Estrella, for me, I'd love hammering as well. I mean, you see what he's done. 16 years Sporting and won the league title. Comes in, goals, just goals. We want to see goals at Old Trafford. We've not seen that for seasons.
If Pep Guardiola leaves this
he's going there for sure.
He's going Man City.
100%,
So
100%.
what are we doing here, man? We're not going anywhere. We're not getting.
Yeah, that's why you're getting quicker. But he's not leaving, is he, Pep? I'm talking City fans, and they think he's going to go next season.
Okay. So both of you just said that you would want Amarin. Yeah, cool. That's fine. We obviously.
But there's options, Estrella. That's the thing. It's not just Amarin. There's options.
No. I know there's options, but like we said, they've obviously backed Ten Hag. It hasn't worked out. They don't want to now make another wrong move. So if they're going to do their due diligence, yeah, and they've said, okay, Amarin's our guy. We're not going to go anywhere else. We want him. He's not going to be available to the end of the season. Even if he was to name me another manager, probably he won't be available to the end of the season. So I'm saying, even if you was to sack him now, what are you doing it for?
To put in an interim and get some new energy.
Yeah.
Rude's there. Was he not Plan B? Why aren't we activating Plan B?
I've seen this story before.
Yeah, but here's the thing, bro. When you start I hear what you're saying. It's like, oh, who's out there? I understand that thought process. But bro, we are in the
mud.
Bro, I can't even talk to our rival fans right
now. 14th.
We're 14th with a -3 goal.
One goal at Old Trafford all season.
I promise you, Ruud van Nistelrooy can't be that bad. He cannot be that bad, bro.
For a while,
I'm sorry.
That's not my issue. Tell me. My issue is not that. Yeah, my issue is I've seen this before. So my thing is, let's say he's not that bad, and he does well towards the end of the season. We make our actual objective from the start. Yeah. When, like you said, if Pep goes, Amarin's going City. Let's say we now make that we come to that decision where we have to either pick Ruud or Amarin, and they go, oh, because he's a United legend, he's done well, blah blah blah.
I can't think like that, bro.
I'm sorry. The following season, I can't implode again.
I can't.
What do we do now? Right now, what we're saying, tell me. Right now, we need
right now.
He needs to go right now.
I've never done before. I'm listening to the powers above, which is Ineos.
Bro, bun them, man. No shit.
So, you can't pick and choose because you remember when you was like, oh, I want to get this manager out. And other people gaslighting you, going, oh, so who are we gonna get then? It's when. No. I'm saying in general. When you've wanted to get managers.
Oh, okay. When you marry,
playing stuff, yeah. My thing is like, you can't gaslight me into telling you a manager right now that's gonna fit your perfection. My thing is, if I want him out, it's up to the people who get paid millions of pounds a year to make that decision. So
they're proving now to be so incompetent to sack a manager. That's what. So I'm right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not really believing their shit anymore. I'll be real with you, man.
So can I ask everyone on the panel? Yeah. So since Ineos have been here, and this is not me because you already know I'm not the biggest fan of them, but since they've been here, majority of the decisions that they've made, have they been positive or have they been negative?
I think. Yeah, go on.
Sorry, that's a great question, and I would say if I'm taking all the decisions, right, I would say there's been more positive. But here's the thing to this, right? The big decisions, keeping Ten Hag at the end of last season, and then right now, they flop.
They outweigh all the positivity.
Those are the two biggest decisions they made, and for me, it's made me sit back and be like, yo, am I defend? Because as of yesterday, I was defending them. I'm being so serious.
It's not negative now, yeah.
But then again, just waking up and like seeing all this like just petty little shit, like it's just petty. You know what I mean? Like, what are we? I'm like, yo, why am I defending this when it just seems like the priorities aren't in the right place? That's it. I agree with you. Like, if we take the transfer, I think the transfer window, people still might call me crazy. I still think we had a really good transfer window. I still think they've done a lot of good things in terms of getting rid of players, adding in new young players that we haven't even been talking about because obviously they're in the academy, stuff like that.
Bruno was an L, but yeah.
Another one. The Bruno one. Yeah, that was another L. Like,
that's a big L.
You know what I mean? So like the big decisions they've had to make, I think they've made the wrong decisions. But I'm still holding out hope because it's just so damn early, and I can't fathom.
We've got to pressure them though, man.
I agree, and I am putting pressure on them, as you can see.
Absolutely.
As you can see, like I'm putting pressure on them, but I can still say at the same time, like I'm gonna hold out hope because I've seen Omar Barada have success. I've seen Dan Ashworth have success.
But then again, they haven't sacked anyone, man. Omar Barada hasn't sacked anyone. Yeah. Dan Ashworth hasn't sacked anyone. This guy here, Jason Wilcox, has not been in a sacking situation. Like, as much as we say they've been, they've never been in the trenches. These men ain't been in the trenches. They've always had.
They never been in the
positive-
trenches, huh?
They've never been in the trenches, man. How, like, you know what it is, yeah? If you've been in the
Why would
trenches,
they be in the
you can only-
trenches, Saeed?
No, I'm just
They
saying,
got
the way
money.
like this is a different lifestyle now. You got to come in now and start working and understanding, like, yo, like this ain't the relaxed lifestyle at Brighton.
But what I
Southampton.
miss, if you don't mind me asking.
So we're just basically talking about the managers, innit? And how there's Tuchel now going to England and what's the plan now? You know what I mean? Because if the manager, they're shrinking by the day, like the number.
As much as we like Tuchel, I don't think they wanted to go with Tuchel in the first place because obviously they spoke
Nah,
to him that
Ineos,
summer.
my man did. Jim Ratcliffe did. Jim Ratcliffe wanted him.
Yeah, but they spoke to him in the summer and they still chose Ten Hag over him. So I think he was totally out the equation.
Yeah.
I think to us fans, we probably thought he's the most, I would say, realistic one in terms of winning trophies and stuff like that. A stopgap coach that would be the best one open on the market out of all the options we have, because all the options that are currently on the market are like someone you need to give to rebuild. Tuchel is somebody that come in and instant probably change the club. Like as we've seen with Chelsea, came into a Chelsea team that was kind of in shambles and ended up winning a Champions League. With the current managers that, like, I'm seeing a bunch of Tom and Franks in the chats. I'm seeing Amarim. These are let's be honest. Those are B-Tech 10 heads, bro. All these men are 10 heads.
Nah.
Better manager. Listen, he's a better manager than Ten Hag. He's a better manager.
Yes,
than
anybody.
Don't write off. Hear him out.
It's at the end of the day, when I mean as B-Tech 10 Hags is because when Ten Hag was not at United, we was looking at Ten Hag like he was the man. Like, yo, we can't. Nobody could see him like he was the hottest prospect. Temmie, stop doing that, Temmie.
I have all my life, bro. Go to my channel. Remember when the whole Poch versus Ten Hag thing was a debate?
Yeah.
I promise you, I was like, I want Mauricio Pochettino over him. I promise.
Okay, so Temmie, out of 99.9% of the world, wanted.
It's on my channel. It's there for everyone to see.
Moral of the story is these men are not. I would say they look good, of course. Anything. Look, we were screaming Kerry McKenna last season. Mans was winning championship. All of a sudden, no, come on, Strella. Some fan base was talking about like bringing McKenna, bring back. So even 2 seasons ago, I would see the fan base talking about Michael Carrick. Michael Carrick would be a great replacement again because what he was doing with Middlesbrough. So anybody go shout something because what the grass is greener on the other side till that person comes in on board and we fall into the same shit.
Can I just say one thing that Ineos have actually done here that's actually highlighted how good of a job certain managers have done at our club? The fact that Ineos have brought best in class, from all facets or from different clubs that are winning or improving to our club, and you don't think, or not necessarily that I disagree with you, they're doing a poor job, and these are the best in class. And
No,
when
but
those
that is
managers,
a poor job. I said that right now.
okay,
They're not doing
Are they really best in class though? Are they really best in class though? Dan Ashworth, I mean, okay, he did an all right job at Brighton. They're still doing fine without him. Newcastle, did he really improve with them? They've kind of went down since he came in situ there. You know, England getting Sir Gareth Southgate, we had one of the best youth crops that really stagnated. And Dan Ashworth, what's he? You know, I'm not sold on him, and I'm not. And Jason Wilcox, really. I mean,
yeah, but you can be the best in class at where you've been. But right now, you have to see it to believe it. You have to see it to believe it.
Yeah, but I think we also jumped in the gun.
United's a different level. United's a different level. We should have been gone for Claude Blanc, who's done it at Juve.
Well,
yeah, but it's too early to judge that. It's too early to judge that, boys.
We can judge it now with what keeping Ten Hag in.
Let's be honest.
Ten Hag's 14th right now. We scored 1 goal in the league all season.
Yeah, but they're not going to go and put the Ash, they're not going to go out there and put the tactics and put the 11 for you. They can't do that. They're going to.
We heard that in the FA Cup that Jason Wilcox was putting in tactics to Eric Ten Hag and all that. We was hearing that at the time. It's just right now. This man's not good enough. You know he's not good enough, though, right? We know Ten Hag's not good enough. Like we've seen over the last 2 seasons. We saw when we got smashed 4-0 by Palace, when we got outplayed by Bournemouth at Old Trafford, outplayed by Fulham. You got 20 coming in at 1 month.
So many instances.
So many incidents.
Ash, I don't disagree with you that he might not be good. That he's not good enough. Yeah, but I've also seen us play like this under Mourinho, Van Gaal, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Ragnick.
Oh yeah, but you can't do that, Estrella. You can't do that because managers fail. What have they done since United? They've done nothing since United after.
No. But do you know also as a constant as well? there's players that have played under them that accomplished nothing as well.
That's not true. I'm going to challenge you right now. We have players who have left this club and won major honors.
Yep.
Darmian,
Lukaku.
I'm talking about players still here.
Oh, I mean, what does that have to? I thought you were using the example.
No, as in
managers of
I'm talking about. So the energy for the manager is not good enough, and I'm saying I've seen this happen before. There's also other players that need to also leave the manager as well as this is a.
Strella, come on, man.
No,
He's 100 million to spend. He backed Bruno. He backed Rashford. He said to Rashford, "It doesn't matter how you're playing. You're in the team anyway, mate. It doesn't matter how you're playing. I'm putting you in the team." He extended Bruno's contract. I mean, these are his players. This is his team.
I'm separating the two. I can separate the two to everyone in the chat. Like the players are one thing and the manager's one thing. The manager has to go. Fine. I'm in consensus. Some players need to go. You have to be.
Bro. It's easy to get rid of the manager.
I don't like this. I don't like this reaction every time I bring it up. Yeah, you guys are always so quick to be like, manager, get out. When I say the players and they've been party to these poor performances.
Which players, Estrella? Which players?
We know which players.
But Eric Ten Hag's backing him, so he's backing him though. I said Ten Hag's backing these players though. He's keeping them in the team.
Ineos is backing Ten Hag. You're not still saying get him out, so you can't have your pie and eat it. Come on, let's be fair.
No, but what I'm saying is they're making a mistake by backing him because he's backing these players that shouldn't be here. Yeah. Anyway, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying they can see this manager backing these players who shouldn't be here. And so why are they backing him when they see him?
I was having this debate yesterday with an Arsenal fan. He was like, "Man, you just need to rip the whole team up. All the players need to go." I was like, "Bro, I hear what you're like. We don't even with our everyone fit. I don't think we have a Champions a Premier League level squad. No. I hear that. Absolutely, I hear that. But we're not 14th place bad, bro.
Facts.
Like we're not like if you look at all this, we have 20 squads in the league. I promise you, there's not 5 squads that are as deep as our squad. Like, there's not, bro.
He's play better.
Like, come on, bro. We're operating at 35-40% of our players' capacity.
Easy, right not even that. 25%. Yeah, if
bro.
not, yeah.
Like even players I don't rate. Like, I don't rate Bruno. I don't rate Marcus Rashford. Like, I think Bruno's a complete. Like Marcus Rashford, I think. There's every once in a while he can have a new lease of life. You know what I mean? Under new men, maybe he has a new lease of life, even though I don't rate him as a player. You know what I mean? But like to be again, we're 7 games in, bro. So it's like, do you really think these players are 14th place bad? Like, do you think that? No. Do you think that?
No.
And that's my qualm is like, there's no way a new man, even if it's Ruud van Nistelrooy, like there's no way we will be this bad. There's no way. Like, we're not going to be relegation fodder all season, are we? Like, under this manager, I'm not sure. But under another manager with, obviously, when players want to prove themselves again, it's like a new lease of, like, at a minimum, we'll get back to that 6th place spot. Did
you just hear what you just said? They want to prove themselves again.
Yeah.
You're supposed to prove yourself every time you put on the shirt.
I agree, bro. Like, bro, this is at the end of the look. You have to understand, bro. When we treat football and high level athletics like it's not a workplace, bro. When a workplace is toxic, you cannot perform at your highest ability. Even like if I get a new boss at my job, you're gonna say, oh, why aren't you proving yourself now, bro? When you have a new boss, you're going to want to prove yourself to that new boss in any walk of life.
Just going back here, because we could talk about players all day, yeah. But let's be honest, the biggest one is the manager, yeah. Going back to Omar, I want to ask you, like, because you said about Thomas Frank, being like a B-Tech version of Ten Hag and that. But I'll be honest with you, the reality. I've not been talking about the reality for a long time on this, because I was like, yo, we must, yeah. But the reality is now that Thomas Tuchel, Graham Potter could become manager of Man United. And United fans have to accept that because Ineos were incompetent in the summer to bring in a manager of considerable quality, i.e. De Zerbi, i.e. Tuchel, i.e. maybe going in the summer for Inzaghi if they wanted to, i.e. I don't know, who was around. Amarin was available in the summer as well. Like, there were managers available in the summer. Yeah, there were managers available in the summer that you could have gone.
Saeed, everything looked good till it comes to us, bro. Let's be wrong. Let's really be honest. We need to slowly accept that. The perfect example is Graham Potter. Graham Potter, when he was at Brighton, everybody wanted is Graham Potter, Potter ball. What happened when he went to Chelsea? You saw the same.
Yeah, all of these managers were available. All of them. So now, I can't lie to you guys. Ineos have effed up, and this is the reality. We are beggars. You know when they say beggars can't be choosers? The mentality has to be that right now, because these men are not going to do and go and get an Amorim. How much he's got a release clause, by the way? What's his release clause? These men are penny pinching right now. And you man are talking about Amorim. They ain't getting no Amorim, man.
So
they ain't got that mineral.
They
ain't got the minerals. I've seen these guys. They ain't got the minerals to go and get them. Them man are weak. They're spineless, man. I swear down, bro.
The same people. First of all, there's one or two things. One, I don't know why you're deciding it to see like they missed the chance. Yeah,
they did in the summer. Did they not miss?
I don't believe so, because they had the opportunity. They had the opportunity to. The whole summer.
And they missed it, and they missed the opportunity.
How many times during the summer was Tuchel even dancing and he's getting his agent to put in news to lure him to the job with United? And secondly, to the point, like, I don't know why everyone's doing this or Amorim. If they got Lenny Euro from Madrid,
different players and managers.
No, because you wouldn't. Because wait, you wouldn't have said this.
We way overspent, by the way, Australia. I mean, we spent big money on him.
Ash. I'm not denying that we didn't. The means that how we done it, I don't care. Is a means to an end. Yeah. My thing is this: prior to us in the transfer window, we were never, even if we were linked to him, it's like a transfer fancy, like one of them things we wish. No one could have envisioned that he was coming to our club. They done that. So
Lenny Euro.
Yeah. So what's to stop you from thinking they can get
United were always interested. They paid Lille the money.
He was interested in Benetton. He was interested in Erling Haaland. We were interested in many players. What are we doing here?
Okay, what I'm trying to say to you is that Man United went to Lenny Euro. They said, yo, do you want to come? He always said, cool. Real Madrid's always waiting. I admit that. But United then paid the money to say, yo, we're going to get him. So it's different. United didn't even go to Amorim. So that's even, for me, it's incompetent. You didn't even explore the idea of going to Amorim. You literally just went to Tuchel, De Zerbi, and that was it. Nobody else.
I add another one, Saeed? We didn't go to Tony. We didn't go to Tony. We needed a goal scorer.
Tony, exactly.
Tony was there available. He ended up going Saudi. We could have got him a little bit early, put him into this team. There's our goal scorer for our team. They just left him. He was there free. He was there. Well, not free. You know what I'm saying? He was there. It was a free run at him, and we just left him.
Ash, I think I agree with you, and I've said it before on Saeed's other streams. I said I would have gone for Tony. But if it's not due to finances, I'm starting to believe it's for other reasons. And I'm not going to say, it's because of his attitude or whatever. But I feel like if these people are doing their due diligence for so long and they notice a critical area on the pitch that needs solving and they didn't go for him, I'm assuming it's the same reason when it was in the summer, there was many other managers available and they didn't go for them. I'm hoping it's because they're being methodical about their thinking and making decisions, not just because everybody wants a penultimate decision right now and they're thinking long term. That's my own opinion.
How long do we wait though? How long do we wait? This is perfect.
How long did you give for a rebuild?
How long do I give for a rebuild? Listen, I'm short-termism because that's the blueprint that's successful. You've seen it with Barca, you've seen it with Real, you've seen it with Bayern, you've seen it with Abramovich. Under Abramovich, the most successful period of an owner in the Premier League. He won multiple titles, multiple Champions Leagues. He gave managers 18 months and that was it. Cut and dried, done, finished. Yeah, most top-tier managers, they come in and they win a league title in the first 2 years, the first 18 months. You look at Ranieri in Leicester, won himself a league title. You look at Conte, you look at Mourinho, you look at Pep, you look at Pellegrini, Mancini, you look at look at Xavi at Barcelona. Do you know what I mean? You look at Hansi Flick, you can go on and on. Okay, there's been the odd Arteta, which hasn't won anything yet. Or there's been a Alex Ferguson, but that's the anomaly. That's the thing that doesn't really happen. That's the outlier. What actually works is sacking and just being cutthroat with the manager, because you know what it does? It sets a sense of accountability within the club that if you're not performing, you're out. The players look at that. The staff look at that. Everybody around the club looks at the idea that, look, if you're not performing with 18 months, you're gone. Not this idea you keep him for 2, 3, 4 years and hope that somehow it turns around. If you don't see results within the first 18 months, bam, you're gone. It's not good enough. And that's just how it should be. That's how top clubs are run.
I agree with you, but it's not a fair comparison again, because when it's coming to United in comparison to all of those other places you've named, they all have something that we're just getting this season. Infrastructure. So it's one. Wait. Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point, please. So it's a different whole kettle of fish, going from Chelsea, going from Juve, going from Barcelona, going from Real Madrid, going from Arsenal, Yeah, Man City, where they don't have dysfunction. They don't have idiots people running their clubs.
Dysfunction. Juve have had loads of
Bro,
dysfunction.
come on, man.
Yeah,
You had
that's what I'm
dysfunction.
saying.
Bayern Munich, bro. Come on.
They have the same infrastructure that United have. Are we being totally honest?
Oh, mate, it's dysfunction all over the
Bro,
place.
have you
Look at the stuff that happens at
Barcelona?
United.
Look at Barcelona, bro. Look at Barcelona. Barcelona have been absolutely in the mud. They've had to sell rights to their club to register players. Like that's how bad it's been for them over the past couple of years. And guess what? With Xavi, a baby manager in this world, man. Xavi is a baby manager. He won a league title even with all that dysfunction.
Yeah, but La Liga,
even with all that dysfunction, bro.
Tell me, question. In that period in time, did you ever hear a single Barcelona player? Did you hear a story about them? Did you hear them being difficult in the change room? Did you hear internal arguments?
Yeah, Rafinha was being difficult with Xavi and all that. Lewandowski was having issues with Xavi and that. Yeah.
The answer is yes. The answer is yes.
What do you mean was yes?
The answer to your question is yes. Yes, there has been players where there has been dysfunction in the changing room. Under Barcelona.
Dysfunction in the change room because players are coming to training late. Players are going out.
It doesn't matter what the reason is.
No.
Bro, did you not hear the whole situation with De Jong?
There's a difference.
They literally owned money to De Jong. Did you know that?
Wait. There's a difference between internal arguments. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. So now you're moving the goalposts, bro.
You're moving the goalposts, bro. You asked the question, I answered it. You're moving the goalpost.
I'm not moving the goalpost. I'm not moving the goalpost.
Real quick. Your question was: have you seen other clubs where there's dysfunction with the players? That was your question.
Okay, cool. That's my fault. Then I should have rephrased it better. Have you seen it at other clubs? Yeah, where there's dysfunction in the whole squad as a whole and at the club as a whole.
Yes.
Bayern Munich. Yes. Bayern Munich. Yes. Bayern Munich.
Yes.
When was this, please? Can you?
Sadio Mane punched up Leroy Sané, bro. What are we talking about? What? That's dysfunction in the dressing room.
You're saying that's an incident that occurs. Any co-workers that you get
bro,
that you're working with.
How about this? I'll give you another.
Let me respond to you because you're trying to downshine my point by saying this.
I'll give you another.
Wait, because there's an on-field incident on the pitch, yeah, that equates to what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about individual players not adhering to the whole consensus as a club. Certain rules.
I will give you an example. I will give you another example. The Thomas Tuchel we are talking about, there was player uprising about Thomas Tuchel. There was Joshua Kimmich. Thomas Muller, those big boys in the Bayern Munich squad, there was a player uprising. So I'm giving you different flavors of examples. It's
that's fine. Prior to Thomas Tuchel,
bro,
when did that ever happen at Bayern Munich?
Okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on from that point. Now, because for me, you lost that argument now because he's giving you 2 examples. No, he gave you 2 examples, bro.
I gave you 3 examples.
Don't do this.
You're employing.
Don't do this.
You're employing
2 examples.
You're employing one person, yeah, to run 2 ships, yeah. One ship has 100 holes. The other one has 40 holes. Which job is harder?
What?
What are you talking about, man?
No.
Ten Hag's been given 600 million. I mean, what we're talking about is
which one of these clubs that we're referencing has spent 600 million in the last 3 years?
Forget the finance for a second. This is prior. This is prior. Tell me, this is prior to spending. You're going to a boat. It has 100 holes there. They're the same size holes.
Barcelona holes.
That has 40 holes. Yeah.
Barcelona.
They're both the same size. They're both the same size. Same size. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is desperation. I can't lie.
Arsenal went under as a football club. They had to sell the naming rights and the digital media rights and all that.
There's Spotify FC. There's Spotify FC, bro.
Let me get these super chats. Let's take a breather. You need a breather, bro. I can't lie to you. Take a breather. Get some water. Let me just get these super chats in. Trailer will jam Ineos and Glazers. And Troy Chase says, at times like this, I wish Qatar was bought us. Uncomfortable conversations, man. I'm telling you. Big Ben says, United fans these days scare me with this mindset. Alex Ferguson should have had the power to decide when to retire. Drake is an ambassador for the Raptors. Big up to Faye Tracy Saeed. What will happen to refs on his payroll? We should get Inzaghi or Simeone, guys. Big up to you, Amino. Big up Footballer Success. I said it in the debate at Legends. All this new recruitment is all for nothing if they don't get the most important piece, the manager. Ineos hype. Ashworth is a fraud. 12 million for 3 months to Benfica. Yeah, that's true. But rather, Ashworth, Wilcox don't pick the team, guys. and the analogy is not analyzing. Yeah. Listen, man. I think for me, everyone's frustrated, man. And by the way, there's 2,000 people in the building. We've not even got 1,000 likes, man. Yo, you don't need to pattern up, man. We're on 594 likes. Let's get it up to at least 1,000 likes. You know, everyone's struggling. Yeah, you know what's mad? Yeah, everyone's like mad right now. Oh my bro, like we need this manager gone. I think everyone's frustrated. Ineos are not proving their hype. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I gassed them up too early. I'll be real with you. I should never have gassed them up too early. It should have been you earned the trust. You earned the right to kind of do what you got to do. But for now, like, bro, like you, man, you know what I mean? Like you ain't done nothing. The fan base, we got too giddy, too early.
So when I said this before they came in, and all of you, well, not you guys because you weren't here, but I think maybe you was here before. When they all got into when I said I've never seen what they've done before. I'm choosing to buy into it now.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't want to hear revisionism. I'm choosing to jump on the boat to believe in them. So I don't want to hear, they haven't done anything. They're not best in class. Because when we got Barada and when everyone was dancing like we just want a party or something, like let's not do that. So now that they're here, I don't expect things to change overnight. I'm giving them grace. I'm giving them time, but I'm not letting them make certain decisions and turning a blind eye. Like Ten Hag is still here. Ten Hag is still here. Yeah, no problem. But I'm also looking at them and address other issues at the club.
December is their D-Day for me, bro. If Eric Ten Hag is still here by December, I'm telling you right now, I am losing my shit. Like, right, and there's a lot of fans who are already like, listen, Saeed. I've watched Saeed's videos. I've watched Aaron's videos, rants. Like I've seen most people are like, fuck these guys, and I honestly, I respect it. I can't argue. I can't argue with the points that are being made right now. And I honestly, Mr. Trell, I don't like, even for me who's been defending them. What can I argue right now? Like, what can I argue for in their favor right now? Outside of, I'm talking about big decisions, right? Like, obviously, the transfer window, I've praised them, and I've praised them enough. I don't know how much more praise they need for that, right? The big decisions right now, the fact that I'm giving them grace until December is not a logical decision. This is me saying this about myself. This is not a logical decision. This is more hope than anything else. So they have to prove in the next 60 to 90 days that they know what the fuck they're doing, or we're screwed. I'm letting you know. We're screwed.
Tell me that's why they're in the position that they're in, and we're in the position that we're in, respectfully. Because I'm seeing as well as everyone's educated here and everything, that people might say, "Oh, I'll get the manager out tomorrow." They're in a position where they're saying that this is not the time that they want to pull that button and push that button. So as well as you're saying, "Oh, get him out," they're supposed to be best in class. I'm waiting for them to make their decision. That's what I'm waiting for.
To be honest, Sir Jim Ratcliffe is in the position he's in because he has money, not because he knows football.
I'm not bro.
Let's be real.
Let's be real. Like, obviously, he's appointed. That, to your point, I agree with you in that he's appointed people.
Look at all his needs. Look at these.
Yeah, he's appointed people who have a resume. You know what I'm saying? I hear that. I can't argue that fact. But the fact of the matter is, if we're talking about the top, the only thing that he's proven is that he has money and that he likes Manchester United. That's it.
Of course, I agree.
Like, if I was a billionaire, I could buy 25% of a sporting institution and then hire some people, and I guess that's the reason I'm in that position. Like, you know what you see what I'm saying? Like, it's not necessarily just they know what they're doing because they're there. And I can't subscribe to that thinking, because I could say the same thing about the Glazers, right? The Glazers, they own an NFL team, right? Stan Kroenke owns an NFL team. Mind you, Stan Kroenke's NFL team does well. The Glazers' NFL team does shite.
Who's that team? Tampa Buccaneers.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Outside of it's like, think about like they won a Super Bowl, but they've been over the last 25, 30 years, they've been the worst team in the NFL. That's how bad they've been.
Tampa Bay, bro. It's Tampa.
They're terrible. Yeah, bro. They're terrible. Yeah, but
let's look at these.
It's the NFL, bro. It's the NFL.
But it's Tampa. Like, you see the location and fan base.
Bro, what's wrong with Tampa? What's Tampa?
Florida teams, Saeed. Florida.
It's in Florida. Like, when you're in Florida, you think Miami, you think Orlando. You're not gonna think Tampa,
bro. If you
don't think of Tampa,
If you're an NFL,
shout out to everyone from Tampa.
If you're an NFL team and you know how to run your team, bro, you will be successful. That the location thing. It's not like the NBA
No,
where
stop.
Who's
That's
the
like the
highest
Buffalo
paid money?
Bills. That's like the Buffalo Bills. We're not turning this into NFL. Stop. You can't compare.
Oh,
Location
okay.
plays a big
all
role.
right, whatever you say, Omar.
No, but
I'm
did they
the point I'm
spend
trying
money?
to tell
Did
you
they
is they
spend
don't
money
know how
on
to run.
Tampa? Have they spent money on Tampa? Have they spent money on Tampa? Who's their biggest signing?
Bro,
Tampa.
They got Tom Brady a couple of years back. Spent big on Tom Brady a couple of years back.
Yeah, they didn't do anything for that, by the way. They lucked into the greatest player. They lucked into the greatest player of all time falling into their lap. Like, that's it. That's it. They lucked into that. Tom Brady said, "I choose you." Like, they didn't do anything. They didn't do anything. Like, bro, they've been before Tom Brady. They were the worst NFL franchise, and now they're like half decent. Like, they're half decent, but they're not going to win anything. Like this, they don't know how to run sporting organizations. That is the fact of the matter. We have owners who don't know how to run sporting organizations. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, to be fair, his cycling business is successful. Like his cycling team.
Actually worse since he took over. By the way, to me, it's actually gone downhill since he took over. Yeah, the cycling.
Really? I thought they were doing well for the things I read. Maybe I don't know if they were at some crazy height or something. But
yeah, they were like elite top.
Yeah,
they were the Man City of cycling, and then had a collapse after a big drug scandal.
So then Nice is, bro. Have Nice gone into the Champions League before, like ever? Like, what's going on with Nice? Like, you know, they've sat about 5 managers in 5 years. You know, the one in Switzerland. What are they doing? Like,
they're bottom of the league.
This brother, by the way, yeah, he failed at getting Barcelona. He tried to get Barcelona. He tried to get shout out Omar. He tried to get I
don't want the
Chelsea.
Bro,
Chelsea thing was bro, he put a whole document for Chelsea saying, yo, I want to bring Chelsea back. Guys, can someone send me that letter that he sent to Chelsea fans, please? Because it was actually identical to the letter that he sent to my United fans. Please, can someone find me that letter that he sent to Chelsea fans? Any Chelsea fans, please find me that letter. I
don't think that's fair. Like what we're doing.
Why is it fair, bro? Man is literally copy and pasting homework.
No,
not copy and pasting. Yo,
not the letter,
everywhere,
brother. Ash, not the letter, but it's like, I'm not saying it's not fair to say it on the person. I say the people that are saying it now, I don't think you should be able to say it, because you're the same people that were saying, "Oh, okay, let's go and trust Ineos, best in class. Sir Jim's going to lead us." All of a sudden,
we're just hopeful, Estrella. Listen, we'd had the Glazers for 20 years leeching off us. We were hopeful anything was going to be an improvement, and that's why we were blinded. We were a little bit, blindsided by it, expecting hopeful. Do you know what I mean? Because we'd have seen the shit that the Glazers put us through for the last 15 odd years.
Make a plan. You can't keep doing this. You can't every single.
What about keep doing it? It was about being hopeful.
Bro, he tried to make a late bid, yeah. Man was so late, bro. Tried to make a bid, yeah, over 5 billion, yeah. You know what I mean? So, end of the day, for me, like, this idea that he loves United, bro, like, broski, man's a Chelsea season ticket holder, yeah? And ultimately, he wanted to buy a late bid for Chelsea. Like, that's the facts we're dealing with right now, man. That's the facts.
But we knew that before, there. We knew that before.
The Mercedes F1 team went down the pan, by the way, and so's his America's Cup yachting team. Everything he's touched so far is just failing. He had his car that he built, the Grenadier, something it's called, supposed to compete with a Land Rover Defender. That failed. Everything he's touching at the moment over the last 3-4 years is just failing. Like we should have inspected and looked a bit deeper, really. I mean, you look at Omar Barada, really.
Here's the letter. I found the letter. Ineos statement. So Jim Ratcliffe, chairman of Ineos, made a formal bid of Chelsea for 4.25 billion. 2.5 billion is committed for the charitable trust to support victims of the war, with 1.7 billion committed to the investment of directly the club over the next 10 years. This is a British bid for a British club. We believe that a club is bigger than its owners, who are temporary custodians of a great tradition. Responsibility to the fans of the community. This is why we're committing over to 1.75 billion over 10 years. That will be for the direct benefit of the club. We will invest in staff from Bridge to make it a world-class stadium, benefit of Chelsea FC. This will be an organic and ongoing, so that we will not move away from the home of Chelsea and risk losing the support of loyal fans. We will continue to invest in the team to ensure we have the first-class squad of the world-class greatest players, coaches, sports staff with the men's and women's games. And we hope to continue to invest in the academy to provide opportunity for talented youngsters to develop into first-class players. We believe that London should have the club that reflects the stature of the city, one that is held in the same regards as Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Bayern Munich. We intend Chelsea to be that club. We are making investment as fans of a beautiful game, not as means to turn a profit. We do that with our core businesses and the club is rooted in its community and the fans and its intention to invest in Chelsea FC for that reason. No further comment. And that was 2022. And he bought United a year later. Did he not buy United a year later? So, broski, this guy, I'm telling you now, bro, like, this brother is a lot. He does a lot of talking, you know, man. I think he's
I can't lie.
One thing the Nice fans said to me, wallahi, I'm going to play that video again. The Nice fans told me, this guy does a lot of talking and not a lot of action. He does a lot of talking, you know, man. So he told me that. And I remember people that were watching that video, go and check it. It's out there, Saeed TV. I've not deleted it. He was saying, brother, they was talking about doing this and doing that, and they never really did shit. You get me? So
I hear it.
I spoke to them, man. I spoke to them, bro.
I think the niche thing is actually a great point, because I think, to Ash's point, I think we were starving. We're starving as Manchester United fans, bro. We've been so bereft of anything positive in the last few years. It's like we're clutching at straws here. Like I listened to a lot, and to be fair, like I'm guilty of this. I'm speaking from I'm guilty of exactly what you're talking about. Is like, I listen to podcasts of Sir Jim. He's very well spoken. He comes off as very intelligent, comes off like he wants to do things for the club, but it's hard to, for me, the manager thing is it's hard to marry those two things together. It's like, okay, you're saying all this stuff, but like you are like, they come together as like a unit. They come together like a gang or something when they pull up to these games, bro. It's like 4 or 5 of them, bro. They're all suited up, booted up. I'm like, how are y'all watching this? And then you go home and they're like, yeah, we can deal with this for another week. Like, how does that happen? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how does that? And you can say, oh, their job is to be not fans, and they shouldn't think with emotion. But bro, this is not even emotion. This is just bare bones ruthlessness. This is like bare bones. Like, what are we doing here? Like, for me, it's like I always ask myself the question: would Barcelona deal with this? Even as in the mud as they've been, would they deal with this? No. Would Real Madrid ever deal with this? No.
Never.
Real Madrid haven't lost the game in
It's not fair to do that. I don't think it's fair.
Why is that not fair?
Because there's a lot of things that those clubs wouldn't have put up with that we've done. I hate when people use that excuse. I don't want to keep doing originals. I don't want to say it, but it's to do with certain individuals that are employed by this club. I'm not going to go back there, but I hate when people do that. My thing is this, looking forward, I've heard everyone here and I've seen the live chat. My thing is, I want to have a plan. I'm tired of someone saying an idea, we jump to it, and then the moment the shit hits the fan, everyone's in turmoil. I want to have a common consensus where everyone's like, okay, we want to finish here or do this, and this is how we're going to get here.
Do you believe it's good enough what you're seeing right now?
Yeah, do you back this plan, Estrella?
Do you back this plan right now? Do you see it right now? Do you back it?
I have to. What? Like when I
see, that's what I'm saying. You're just you're blind. You're blind faith. That's blind faith, bro.
No, it's not blind faith.
It is blind faith.
Let me tell you why it's not blind faith.
What are you seeing that makes you back it?
Cool. Let me tell you why it's not blind faith.
Okay, go on.
Cool. I originally did not want them at the club. I was told we're getting the best in class. Cool. Then we break down each individual person that's been employed at this club. Everyone was singing their praises about what they've done at Newcastle, what they've done at Man City, what they've done at England, or whatever. Cool. You've brought them as a collective now. I'm gonna take it as we've had some of the best managers in the world at our club, and before these infrastructure was here, those managers were basically doing parts of those jobs, and they struggled. So if these people are supposed to be best in class, it's just showing the multitude of what United is. So I'm waiting for them to get a hold of it. I'm not judging them straight away, even though there's certain decisions I'm going, Just the same way you wouldn't judge a player from a foreign league in their first season. You give them an adjustment period. This is the first time I'm seeing this now. Because I can't just get angry because they haven't making the decisions that you want. Because they haven't sacked the manager, it's they're rubbish. Or Rashford's still here. They're rubbish.
Yes.
As much as I want both of those things to happen, I'm waiting now. I'm waiting to see.
Yeah, you waiting. You keep waiting.
But there's a time limit on this. This is not just blind faith, just waiting.
What's the time limit? What's the time limit? Yeah, what's the time limit?
I'm saying to me, it's to the end of the season, but on the manager, it's till December.
Okay, so let me respond to that. One, I don't think you outlined a plan. I think you just outlined like the timeline of we need to just give them more time to see what the plan is going to be.
Facts.
So it's not you're not sticking to a plan. You're sticking to like a timeline. And even to again, I want to be on your side, bro. I actually, like, I'm telling you, I want to.
We all do. We all do.
I want to believe in this, but like, here's the challenge, and for me, like, here's the challenge of saying like, oh, we shouldn't compare ourselves to other teams, and because they don't have the same problems we have, bro. I work like we all have. I'm sure we all outside of side. I'm sure we all have jobs that we do, whatever the case may be. I work in a very competitive. I work in a very competitive space, bro. I look at my competition. I work in sales, right? I look at my competition every day, and I say, how do I get them out the way? Like that's how I wake up with my mind. If you don't do that in high level, high pressure spaces, you will not succeed. Because what are you measuring yourself against? You feel me? Like, what do you if you're just saying, oh, we're gonna do our thing and we hope that we can just catch up. That will never work. It's never worked in any high level, whether it's athletics, whether it's tech, whether it's you name it. You have to
no big corporation keeps a failing CEO for 2 years.
Facts. Nobody. You have to measure yourself against your competition. That's how you show up. Like Real Madrid, bro. I promise you, even though they go ahead.
Sorry to cut you off, Timmy. Ash, we've done that though.
No,
not with this new structure.
So no. Sorry, I thought you was talking about in the past. I'm saying
no. I'm talking about Ineos right now. Like they're the new guys on the block. They have to be measuring themselves against a Chelsea, like especially minimum Chelsea. By the way, minimum Chelsea. We should be measuring ourselves against Man City, like the people who are at the top. But like Chelsea has a new. If I was Sir Jim Ratcliffe, I'd be like, oh, okay, Chelsea just got a new owner, right? We're running football operations. We should be better than them, minimum. That's how we should be thinking. That's how we should be thinking. Because that's how top level people think.
You know how Chelsea got to success, by the way, by sacking the managers. They had Potter, Pochettino, Maresca.
Why is it a negative thing, by the way? You don't have to notice, guys. Yeah,
it's always negative. It's only in England, bro. I'm telling you,
it's only in England.
No, it's only Man United. It's not only in England.
You know what? Yeah, it's only Man United.
That's fair. I'll give you that.
You know what? I see, as everyone's like what Brian said, I forgot what he said, the Alex Ferguson syndrome. They're hoping that the next manager is going to be for 10, 20 years to be the main guy. And it's like in modern day football, it's not like that anymore.
Have we sacked the wrong manager? Let me put a wider question out there. No, I only think the only sacking that we got wrong was Van Gaal for me. Or personally for me. The only sacking we've got wrong is Van Gaal. I think everyone else deserved their sacking.
But let's be honest, Van Gaal, I fell asleep like after the first 20 minutes.
Nah, come on,
big
bro.
Game manager in the big games. We played well.
Big games, bro. Come on.
Yeah, but you fell asleep.
I hear the Van Gaal thing, but even then, I'm not mad that he left. At the end of the day, we just need to bro. We just need to get the right
enough.
I have no issue with moving, even if we.
My point was, Tebby, was that why is it mad that when people say, but we sacked managers before, it's never worked?
No, listen, I'm guilty.
It's true though.
Let me raise my hand. I was a guilty party, bro. I argued with you about this, Saeed. Like I'm guilty. I was guilty of this. So like I can hear that point of view, but the challenge is like the more I just sat down and thought, like just sat with myself, and I'm like, yo, like this is high level. Like I started using myself as an example, like. Would I accept this with the people I work with if they were just shitting the bed and like we're trying to close a deal and shit's not moving? Would I accept it?
Barcelona managers since Pep Guardiola. Yeah, bro. How many managers have they had since Pep Guardiola?
Bro, they've ran through managers. Trust.
Tell me, I also wanted to say, in terms of like the manager, I'm gonna lose my point now.
No, okay. Let me just look at the managers, bro. One second, bro.
I'm looking at the managers. Barca have had like 6 years. You look at Inter have had 5 in 3.
You know what I mean? So they had Tito Villanova. Yo, RIP. I think that's the one that.
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Yeah, RIP Tito Villanova. Then they have Gerard Marino, Luis Enrique, Ernesto Valverde, Quique Setien, Ronald Koeman, Sergi Borjuan, Xavi, Hansi Flick. So they've had 1, 2,
what Spanish
3,
you've been talking
4,
to, Saeed, man.
5, 6, 7, 8 managers.
Mind you, some of these managers
in 10 years.
Some of these managers have won at the high. Look at Luis Enrique's resume, and they got rid of him.
Got rid of him.
Bro, let's be honest. Quique Setien and Sergi Barjuan, they don't count, bro. And even Coleman don't count.
Yeah,
they were.
I'm saying though, they were there. Though. They were there. They were there. They left.
Yeah, but they were terrible. They were terrible.
I know they were terrible, but
do
we not count?
How long would have given Ronald Koeman this manager? This fan base would have given him flipping 5 years if they could have, man. The fan base is a problem.
Nah, no, you're right. No, listen.
Fan base is
The
the
reality
problem
is,
as well.
bro, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like,
Go
it's
look at
crazy.
Bayern, Saeed. Go look at Bayern.
Yo, my Spanish is on point, fam. Man. Let me get a Bayern accent as well.
Fala español.
Yo, man, siquiera, man. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
What is that?
Let me get the managers here, man. Wallahi, you're not gonna be mad when you look at these managers, man.
Yo, Temi, I remember I was going to say that. Temi, I was going to say the reason why I wasn't talking about a specific plan, I didn't outline one to use because I'm not in the position to forecast what plan they want to implement. So when I'm saying plan, I'm not just talking about on the pitch till the end of the season. I'm talking about new training ground, new staff reductions. They're probably factoring that all in and seeing how that's how they're going to do it in milestone.
And my response to that would be like,
Look at that.
Well, then how can you back anything? It's wouldn't it still be a we wait and see? Because if we're I don't know 8 months into we're right around like 8-9 months into their tenure, like
Yeah,
and you don't answer the question. You feel me?
And you don't what?
See. For me, look at this Pep Guardiola, Carlo Ancelotti, Willy Sagnol, Hugh Pikeness, Hugo Kovac, Hansi Flick, Nagelsmann, Tuchel, Vincent Kompany, like them man been through managers, man. You know what I'm saying to you? Like,
yeah, but it's not natural with us though. Like, we need to understand that.
But F the natural, man. Let's deal with the reality, man.
No, I'm happy to do that now.
Actually, that's not true though. That's not true though. Before Sir Alex Ferguson, we were sacking managers, bro.
Sacking managers.
So that's not true.
Yeah, I know, but I know after it, the way.
Honest, we
look at Real Madrid.
The only managers that really killed time was Ole and this dude right now. Moyes first season, Van Gaal after the first season, Mourinho technically that second season.
Yeah,
You know what? If we had long-termism back then, we'd have kept Ron Atkinson, and there would have been no Sir Alex Ferguson. Do you know what I mean? We'd have stuck with him.
Look at this, man. Jose Mourinho. Look at this. Look at beforehand, guys.
Bro, they're just getting rid of managers, bro.
Look at the Bosque.
That's a proper club. That's the biggest. The blueprint is there. The blueprint on how to win is there.
Trusta, Ramos, Pellegrini. Well, Pellegrini was manager once. Yo, Mourinho, Carlo Ancelotti,
Benitez. You also need to have things in place for when those people come in. It's easier for them to go.
A manager sets a culture a lot of the time. A manager identifies the talent. A manager plays a big part in a club. Do you know what I mean? You look at what Klopp did for. Look what Arteta's done for Arsenal. Well, I mean, Arteta's been a big change there for Arsenal, not the people around him.
Let me not even talk on Arsenal. I'm going to talk on United. My thing is this: I've seen Mourinho come here. I've seen Van Gaal come here. I've seen even Ragnick come here. Yeah, and I've still seen.
Mourinho was on the way down. LVG was on the way down.
Why is it always excuses?
Mourinho was on the down. He was on the down.
Man United.
Let's be honest.
By the way, I'm the biggest advocate to get this guy out of here because I said I've seen enough. Take the controls away from me.
I don't think you are, bro. I think you're not.
It's just that I'm tired of the constant negativity of why is the manager here? Why is the manager? For me,
no, but it's not negativity. How's that negativity though?
Because we know the problem. We can see the problem. You can see the problem. You can see the problem. What's the problem right now at Man United? It's the manager. You see his substitutions. You see his tactics. You see his lineups. You see what's going on the football field. You see him with his short pants and his ankle socks. Do you know what I mean? With his dead charisma in press conferences. You see him.
There's no need to roast my man. It's fine. I get it. But my thing is this.
There is.
It's fine. My thing is this. Yeah, is agreed. He has to go. But it's like I've seen it before. Where you get rid of the manager. I want a plan now. So if you're going to get rid of him, I want a plan.
I'll tell you what the plan is. I'll tell you what the plan is.
Get rid of the manager.
No. This is what the plan is, yeah. So are you hearing right now, Stephen?
Yeah, rude.
So the manager comes in. He fails to do the job, we sack him. The new manager comes in. He fails to do the job, we sack him. We sack, we hire, we sack, we hire. That's the plan. So now, are you with that or are you against that?
If that's Ineos' plan, yeah.
No, that's what should be. That should be the plan, though. That's what. No, hold on a minute. We're not doing what Ineos want. We are doing. Are you listening, bro? Is that what should be the plan, regardless of any football club in Europe? You should, if the manager is not doing his job properly, you should be able to sack the manager.
Yes, you should.
Yes or no? So I'm saying that should be the plan. So are you with that? Or are you against that?
I'm against it with this because I want a plan after because we've done that before and I've seen.
Brother, there's no plan after, bro. It's continuous.
What's
the
plan?
I've just showed you the managers. I've just told you big clubs. Just showed you how it works.
Are you making me mad?
Showed you the blueprint of what works in Europe.
Estrella's like, okay, I think actually before I even say anything, what would the alternative be? Let me ask.
Yeah, you tell me the alternative.
What's because I don't want to put words in your mouth. So like, what would the alternative be to what Saeed just said?
My thing is this: Ineos would have identified a manager. We would have identified a prospective manager for us.
Mm-hmm.
They've given till December. I don't think they should. I think they should get rid of him now. They get rid of him. They get rid of him in December, and they bring in the managers that they want. And if they can't bring him in January, I will leave up to them to decide what to do, because all they're going to do is bring in Rude right now because it makes financial sense and he's already here. They're going to go till the end of the season. But my thing is this: the same way you guys are all questioning them now, that's when I'm going to start questioning them at the end of the season, thinking if Rude does half enough a decent job, is that going to be enough to be like Oli 2.0 again? Instead of getting Amaron or
I'm not even thinking about that.
Or another perspective manager.
No.
If we wait, I'm not saying if we wait to the whole season with Ten Hag, because I'm not trying to watch that. I'm just saying I'm waiting to see what they do. That's how I would go about it.
Let me get, before I bring stuff in, let me get these super chats in. By the way, we've still not got 1,000. Like, we're on 844. There's 1,990 people here. Come on, guys. Let's
United's XG. Do you know what I mean?
Come on, man. Let's get these likes up. 1,000.
Come on,
people.
What's you better than
150
this,
likes.
boys? Come on.
Yeah, big up to you. Sing this King says, big up the man. The standard majority of this fan base is telling, if we appoint Southgate, they'd still lap it up. You reap what you sow. Big up to you, Sing this King. Big up to you, a tournament. It says Barcelona were literally selling grass from the new camp to raise funds. It's not like dysfunction. I don't know what it is. Yeah, exactly. Saeed is thinking, nah, you're crazy, man. Wallahi, this guy, man. I mean, no. I'm also fan. Sir Alex Ferguson was is a disgrace. Wallahi. Surprised I'm the only one who's Ineos out. To be fair, Memphis, you're always ahead of the curve. Best in class as well, while making Ben Ainsley a scrub. CFC Sonny says a super chat, and he sends another one here. Says Lampard had a similar first season at Chelsea and got sacked mid-season because he's in ninth. You guys fumbled on Tuchel. Would love to come up and explain.
So why didn't you take him back?
Obviously,
Man.
they didn't want him in it.
No, the owners were happy with him.
Yeah. Big up to Staffy. Staffy, what are you saying, bro? What's your kind of overall feeling right now on the whole? Just about United, like, give me your thoughts, man. You've been in hiding, man. Are you hiding from United? Like, what's going on, Staffy?
I stopped surrounding myself with losers. I'll be honest with you.
Oh,
you know, and that's obviously it's not you guys personally. It's the club. In about an hour, I'm going to watch a game for a franchise that actually wants to win, my New York Knicks. So until then, you know, I'm just gonna. Unfortunately, I have to talk about this loser of a team. What'd you say to me?
I said preseason bump. Okay.
Yeah, and we're 3-0 in preseason. We actually made a big move. We're moving. Listen, I wish United can actually move like the Knicks, because the Knicks actually said, you know what, we have an issue right now. We need a center before we go into the season, and we want to win the East. What did they do? They were ruthless. They made a big move, and it shook the whole NBA. Whether you like it or not, they actually made a move. So I actually wish that Ineos would have the balls to do that and say, you know what, we need to shake things up. We're not doing good enough right now. This manager's a clear loser. He's instilled a loser mentality in the team and in the fan base. So let's see what we can do with all the managers out there. Actually, sad enough today, I didn't really want Tuchel like that, but the manager market shrunk today.
Facts.
And no one is talking about that. If we thought that the manager market wasn't good enough, it just shrunk today. Because Tuchel now is going to England. The fact that England are showing more ambition, the FA is actually showing more ambition than my club, and I don't rate the FA, the English FA, for years, it's pretty sad. We're moving worse than the English FA, you know. But I've heard, listen, Said, I've listened to most of the show. There was a lot of points being made, you know. So where do you want me to start, bro? Because there's so much going on.
Anywhere where you want to go, you watch the show, go wherever you want to go, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I really don't know. I mean, I have been hiding, like you said, because talking about this club has never depressed me more. I've actually been depressed talking about this club. I haven't talked about this club for a week, and it actually made me feel better. But it's like, where do we go from here, bro? I thought a lot of people thought that the positive of this international break is that we were going to see a new manager. And it's not necessarily the manager. It doesn't really matter which manager we wanted. I think, listen, the six of us over here, most likely, if I ask you guys, who do you want? I probably would have heard at least 5 or 6 names. So that just shows you that we all might disagree on who the replacement should have been, but we all should have agreed on one thing, that this manager isn't good enough. I just can't find it in me to go into the game on Saturday as a fan I don't know when's the next international break, but I think it's gonna be a while from now.
November.
And November. Okay, so maybe another month. Okay, good. I'll need another break by then. But I just find it hard in me in me as a fan. I had to watch myself on because I said hard, and I know you're here. I was like, wait, let me not stumble. But I find it hard as a fan.
My boy said I find it hard in me. Hey.
As a fan. As a fan.
Oh my God, bro. You're fan.
I find it hard as a fan to go into that into the game on Saturday and really be motivated, bro. It's just like I don't know what's gonna change. Stop. You know, I've been rusty. But no, on a real though, I really do find it hard as a fan to go and actually look to anything different. Because I don't think anything different will happen. The fact that the biggest news that we're talking about in the international break is Fergie getting sacked or whatever, it's just like it shows you how bad we are. Like that's what you did in that 7-hour meeting. Like I was curious for a whole week. I was like, what the hell did they talk about?
Trust
for
me.
7
Maybe
hours?
it's Fergie thing.
And this is the biggest news that came out. So it's like, what else were you talking about? Because I don't see any differences to why I should expect any different when we go in. We can sit here and argue all we want, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Anyone who expects anything different in terms of football, once that whistle is blown on Saturday, I think we play on Saturday or maybe Sunday, I don't know. Once that happens, that Brentford game, there would be no reason for me to expect anything different. And I think we're going to go through another cycle of shit football, maybe a couple decent results, a whole shit load of shitty results. And then come next international break, we're going to get the same debate show on Saeed TV.
Facts.
We're going to be like, let's talk about managers again. It's going to be the same 6 of us here again. Are we going to be talking about the same thing again? I just don't know why we wasted this international break because I'm seeing, obviously, you know, Saeed, the minute the football comes back, you start seeing new news about United. Oh, you know,
100%
have given him 2 more games to prove himself. If he loses, I saw one today. I think it was Mike Keegan. He said if we lose to Brentford, he's getting sacked. Why? You think they sat there in 7 hours? They said, you know what? Maybe we need 1 more game to see something that we haven't seen in 8 months. That's insane. That's not true. And this is why I can't even pay attention to this type of news anymore. You know, but it's really deflating being a fan right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this is the lowest I've ever been as a United fan. I'm not even here raging. I saw people in the chat saying, "Let Staffy cook. Let's stuff." There's nothing to cook, bro. Everything there's nothing to cook.
Facts.
Everything we tried to cook got overburnt, and we have no more ingredients to cook.
We're burnt in felt Eve, bro.
The fridge is empty, Saeed. I'm gonna be honest with you. The fridge right now is looking sad. The fridge is looking sad. There's nothing to cook with. You know, Omar's a chef, and Omar can't find nothing to cook with no more because this club has ran out of ingredients, and that's the reality of what we are right now.
Staffy, and that's how I feel every time I'm on, not even on socials, just when I go on YouTube or I'm on see an online article, something about the manager is this. This is when I said I'm tired of just hearing about it. Just like either make the decision or.
But that's why I'm not Ten Hag. You know, my focus is not
you know
Ten Hag
what your
anymore.
issue is, Estrella, and out of respect, that's just my opinion. I think the issue with you is that a lot of times I hear people coming out with opinions, and I think you take the safe route, which is saying, I'm going to let Ineos do their thing. Well, at the end of the day, Estrella, let's just be honest. None of us here have an influence strong enough to force any of our opinions. So it's like, it's kind of common sense that if I'm here right now on this panel, I'm just giving my opinion. At the end of the day, I do want to wait and see what Ineos are doing. And I have no choice but to do it anyways. But I feel like the thing that really does piss some of us off, or not me necessarily, sometimes when I see especially backlash in the chat, is because you do take the easier. Like Estrella, no disrespect, you could still have your opinion outside of saying, I need to wait for them to do X, Y, Z, because we all have to wait anyways. But we can criticize, or I wouldn't say criticize, we could critique them along the way. Today, there's major news coming out, and I hear, by the way, both sides. I don't feel like Fergie got disrespected like everyone's saying. It's not like they kicked him out of the club and say, pack your shit, never come back here. We don't even want to see. Like, at the end of the day, the guy has a whole stand in the stadium after his name. So, if anything, bro, like his legacy is eternal. You know what I'm saying? If we're talking about financing and all that, I get that. But I think Temi made a very good point earlier. He said, if we would have sacked the manager and we addressed the priorities, which is that, everything else would have been just small points around it. 100%. I think the biggest issue is that I'm supposed to go into that Brentford game, and I'm going to be worried again. Not worried. I already know what the performance is going to be, but I'll be worried about the performance, how bad we're going to look on the pitch again, how poorly coached we're going to look again, how some of our players are individually going to do a horrible job And the biggest news that I had the week before was Fergie not getting his 2 million. How about we talk about why we won't look good into the next game or that period into the next international break? And that's the biggest issue we had. We wasted another 2 weeks, and there's nothing. You know, when they say time is money, it really is. When it comes to us, time is money, because every minute that passes by, we lose money. And when I say money, I'm not talking about just the financials. We're losing time with these players. We're losing time with the squad. We're losing time. Everything. Just everything is a waste of time right now. And it just hurts me to know that I'm going into next game and I expect nothing better. I feel like we just did nothing.
Stuff real quick, yeah. You know when you said choosing the safe decision. Obviously, for Temi, it's obviously the first time I think I've met you and stuff, but everyone and Ash as well. Everyone else knows. Prior to these people being in charge, I recall you was either in the chat or you was on the forum, and I was not anti-Ineos, but I was saying they have to prove they haven't shown me nothing, etc., etc. Everyone was getting on to me for being a pessimist. I then made a decision, and I then said, you know what? I've listened to you. I'm not an ignorant person. Let me give them benefit of the doubt. And part of me giving benefit of the doubt, I'm not saying they're far from criticism. That's fine. Criticism is one thing, but when you're like blowing up stories about this or like certain decisions that haven't gone your way, you're just going, "Oh, they're not best in class no more." This I never said that they were. This was what was announced to me, and I'm going by what was announced to me, and I'm trying to follow a plan. So I think it's a bit disingenuous of people to now turn on somebody that's now backing what you like originally wanted. And this is the problem with United fans. You want something, then eventually when you get it and it doesn't turn out how you want, you start bitching, and the people that backed onto what you wanted to, they now become public enemy number one. And it's just like, at what end are you going to do this? Because I feel like that's what will happen with another manager, where you get Ten Hag out, you get another manager in, it doesn't work out, and then people start doing this again. This is why I said I'm waiting for these lot to make a penultimate decision where they've methodically thought this out, they've got a plan, and it's just streamless.
I hear you. By the way, I'm not asking you to turn on Ineos because I haven't fully turned on Ineos. I'm criticizing along the way because some things I think they were wrong on. Equally, like Temi said earlier, there's things that they did right, and I actually praised them. The one group of people that I actually don't agree with and I have no time with, the people that say, "Oh, I told you guys from the beginning that I'm Ineos out." No, I don't agree with you. You know why I don't agree with these people? Because some people were Ineos out the minute we just didn't get Qatar. To me, that is not enough. That's not good of an enough reason to say I was Ineos out. You just sat there and you said you're Ineos out. Now, anything bad that happens, you're gonna be like, "Yeah, I told you so." Yeah, but you never really predicted these things.
I disagree.
It's not like months ago you told me you're Ineos out because they won't sack the manager toward the end of the season because you didn't know that, or because they're gonna sack Sir Alex from his ambassador role. You didn't know that. You just wanted to hate from the beginning. Sorry, Double A, you were saying something?
Yeah, no, I disagree. I disagree with that because I'm not saying Ineos out. But and again, it's not to do with Qatar. It's about full sale only. So the fact they were never full sale only makes me question them, because the friends of my enemy are my enemy, and the Glazers will always be my enemy. You need to remember that. Yeah, you need to remember what they've done to this football club, and all this discourse and everything that you're talking about today, essentially is all the fault of the Glazers. Sir Alex Ferguson being in this 2 million a year. All this fallout from that is because of the Glazers. Now, Sir Jim being here is because of the Glazers. The bad decisions he is making is because of the Glazers. We have to never forget that. So he's saying, I'm always going to have one eye on Ineos, because you can't come into this club and start telling me the grass is greener and we're going to do this and going to do that, and then to trust you. That can't work like that. You have to prove it. People are saying, you have to trust Ineos. Trust Ineos. No, you have to prove to me why I'm trusting you.
No, you're not wrong. I wasn't disagreeing with that. You actually have a reason, and that's why I'm fine with it. I'm saying the people that said from the beginning, I'm Ineos out just because they didn't get. I wanted Qatar, bro. So this is coming from someone who actually wanted Qatar.
I think all of us did.
When I knew it was gonna be Ineos, I was like, I have to give them a fair chance. But it doesn't mean that along the way we don't praise them for the things that they're doing right, and we don't criticize them for the things that they're doing wrong. Right now, I thought they had a good summer for the most part. I would give them at least a B+ for it. I thought they did more good than bad. However, since the season started until now, I'm not giving them. I'm giving them an F, because it shows on the pitch. And at the end of the day, and listen, said a week ago, that was the last video I did on United because I couldn't talk about United no more. I did one video and I said Ineos. I read Sir Jim's what's it called? Speech to the fans when he first came in. Sorry, his letter to the fans. And one of the things that he said in that letter, that the first thing he actually mentioned is he's prioritizing performances on the pitch. Before he talked about anything else, before he talked about trophies, before he talked about money, before he talked about anything, he talked about performances on the pitch are the priority. At the end of the day, when I look at the pitch right now and I see we are one of the worst teams, not in England, in Europe. We're one of the worst teams.
Bro, we're top 5 in terms of goals scored, I think. Or something
we're horrible, Saeed. We're not even going to sit here and talk about all the bad records that we hold. We just know we're bad. We're sitting 14th. We don't have a positive goal difference. We're not playing good football. There's nothing about this team right now. You stop. Saeed, I've seen you skip a couple games. That would have never been the old side. You're making excuses.
Never.
I feel like Saeed at this point is making excuses not to go to get. Oh yeah, it's just a Carabao Cup. I'm not going to go to it. That just shows you that these are signs of someone falling out of love with its team. That's why Omar sometimes skips games because of work and he doesn't feel bad about it. I generally feel upset that I committed to my channel that I will do watch-alongs. The only reason I do watch-alongs is because I'm a man of my word. I'm like, you know what? I told them I'm going to do watch-alongs. If it was up to me, I don't want to watch this United team. And this comes down to the performances on the pitch. That's why I have to go back to Sir Jim and I have to hold him accountable to his word. Because if you look up his letter, Saeed, like you looked at the Chelsea one, he says that he understands at the end of the day, the criticism is going to fall on his shoulders and Ineos, but more his. So he knows no matter what he does right or wrong, even if someone else fucks up, he knows that he's supposed to get most of the criticism. And that's what people need to understand. He's the captain of the ship. And the captain of the ship, no matter what happens, sometimes the shit that's out of his hands, but you have to look at him and blame him. And I'm looking at him right now, and I'm looking at performances. You are not fulfilling your promise. The least you promised me was performances on the pitch, and it's not working. How could you change that? So far, you've done nothing. So I have to criticize you until you do something different. It doesn't mean that eventually, by the way, because this will happen, he might end up sacking Ten Hag later and getting someone better. And we start playing good football. And people are going to be like, see, I told you trust Ineos. I told you, wait, no. That doesn't mean that you're right. The criticism was right. Because what if we never criticized them? Maybe they would have never sacked him. That's obviously later to find out. But as it is right now, I have to start taking some of the shit that I give Ten Hag and I have to give it to his employers. Because Ten Hag is being enabled to do this because his employers are allowing him to go on the pitch every week, stink up the place, and he comes out with arrogant statements as saying, "Oh, my position is never in danger. I'm not thinking about that."
That's the one right there. That's the one. That final point is literally like that is the point of this manager is comfortable. He's comfortable. The way he's talking to the media, the way he's talking to the fan base and lying to us, right? Like nobody should ever be that comfortable in as a Man United manager in the position.
He's on holiday, bro. He's on holiday.
Bro,
I think he's in control more than a lot of people think, you know.
Bro, he gaslighted Murta and Arnold, mate. He's the Emperor's New Clothes. I said this before. He's walking around start baller, but he went into that meeting with them two and he promised them the earth. And the thing that and Australia love this. The thing that got him over the line was his promise that he would get Rashford back to be one of the best players in the world. Once he started feeding into that narrative of you know, showing that he could get the poster boy back to being the best, they threw the keys to the kingdom at him, mate. And him having that final say on transfers, which I know has been lessened a little bit now. Oh, he's walked around Old Trafford like he owns it, mate. Like, despite having the worst ever Premier League season we've ever had,
and he's on pace to have the worst now.
You heard, but you heard the arrogance of a man. After the FA Cup final, yes, he won it. Yeah, that doesn't matter. For me, the previous 10 months show me you're not good enough to do the job. But the arrogance of him to say, well, you know, I'll win cups wherever I go. Bro, that says to me you have no worry about your job or anything like that. And listen, if it wasn't for a few online fans begging Sir Jim to keep him, who knows what would have happened. And maybe they wouldn't have listened anyway. But you know, those top Reds, as they like to be called, absolutely didn't see the future. I think a lot of us on this panel saw what was going to happen this season.
Oh yeah.
I said straight away he shouldn't have kept his job, and I'll criticize myself because 30 minutes after that final, jubilant, the fact we'd won an FA Cup after being there. Me and you were both there the season before, Saeed, and got beat by City, one of the worst performances I've ever seen at Wembley, and watching Manchester United. You just want to win, and that's what we do as fans. We just want to win, and winning trophies is important. But the bottom line has to be
Bro, the manager's double
what
A.
is
I'm gonna be
going to
honest with
happen?
double A.
I don't think you should blame yourself for feeling jubilant at the end of a
No, I
final.
blame myself for giving him a stay of execution for 30 minutes straight.
Do you
That's the problem with myself.
Do you know what it is? It's like Louis van Gaal won and he got sacked. Like I know managers have won trophies for other clubs and they've been sacked straight after the games or like later on after. I think it's a multitude of facets of things that come together that makes everyone feel like this. My main thing is this: I don't come on here for like clout. I don't promote socials. I don't come on here to like try and be ignorant to cause arguments. My main thing is I come on here because I love United. Like Saeed, you know this. You've known me for a minute now. Like and Stafford, I hope so. You know me as well. Like I care about United and I care what's best for United. So I'm getting tired of always coming online seeing crap about my club. I'm thinking about how we're actually going to solve this rather than just fixate to one person. But if that one person calms everyone down, then I guess, hey, get him off then. Maybe it alleviates the pressure.
One decision isn't going to change everything. You have to start. Sometimes you have to start with the root of the problem. And right now, the root of the problem is Ten Hag, bro. It has to be the manager because at the end of the day, it's a results business. We've not won a game in 5 games, bro. We've not won a game in 5 games. Like,
is it 5 games? No, Southampton's not 5. Is it 5 games?
5 games, bro. Palace.
Yeah.
And then it's 5 games, bro. I looked it up before. It's 5 games.
5 games. Wow.
We played 7. Wait, I'm sorry. Did I miss something?
We've not won in 5 games, have we?
Oh, my bad, man. I thought you said we played 5 games.
Spurs, Palace, Porto,
20.
Technically, the Brentford game, Barnsley game is in between.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, no, you're
game was in between.
That's the thing is.
Oh, one in his 6th then,
bro. Estrella, it's like here's the thing, right? A lot of us on this panel make regular content, right? And it's
of course,
and most of our channels are based in Man United. Like that's what we talk about, right? It is so difficult to consistently make. And first, Saeed, honestly, shout out to you, bro, because the fact that you're finding ways to continue to get creative in this mess is special, bro. It's truly special because it's difficult. Like I don't want to talk. Estrella, you think I want to talk about this? I do not want to talk about this. I want to talk about what other top clubs are talking about. I want to talk about tactics, who should be playing, who shouldn't be playing.
Winning,
I want to talk about football. You feel me? I want to talk about football, but we cannot do that because the current manager doesn't have anything of substance regarding football.
You know how much I miss criticizing a winning team? Like I miss so much being a winning team that when we do something wrong, I can address it on the day.
Real Madrid,
like, we're excellent, but let's just call it up for what it is today. We haven't done that in a while.
Real Madrid fans, I don't think they've lost. Have they lost a game this season? I don't think they've lost a game this season, and they're pissed.
I don't want to go back to Domino's.
They're not happy.
Tell me.
Can I go back? Can I ask a question here, guys? Yeah, just a quick question. Do you think, like Ineos are backing this guy to the hill? Yeah, backed him with Sancho, backed him with. There's a couple of stitches where they backed him. Yeah, I think it's maybe kind of like us against the world. Like even United fans, you could be against it, but you're not here, bro. Imagine they've made an unconditional backing, for this season. Imagine this, guys, They have made an unconditional backing this season, and it's like we don't care about the media. We don't care about this. We don't care about that. You're staying for the year, and you've got the year to make it right. Because he keeps talking about it, guys. He said end of May. So what if they told him, yo, you're here till the end of May. Prove to us why you believe you should be in charge. Because I can't lie, bro. I get it. They could maybe say, you know what, you're not going to get sacked, etc. But, bro, he keeps talking about May, you know.
One of the stories in the summer saying that there was no pressure on top 4 finish.
Yeah, bro, they're relaxed.
So they've put that out there into the ether, that maybe it is what it is. It's Fives FC this season. That must be the case, bro. Because the arrogance of a man to show absolutely no fear. Let's wait till May. What manager says wait till May? They don't say that, bro. It's game by game. We go again. You never talk about the end of the season. Not in October, anyway. Not from the seasons I remember being a Manchester United fan. So for him to say we'll see in May, puts that on the board then to say, yeah, well, sack me then if you're going to sack me. Do you know what I mean?
But the thing is, he's talking about season ends in May, and he's a bit arrogant, man. He's a bit like,
a bit.
No, he is fully arrogant.
He just went on holiday while
his team's losing. He went on holiday, yo. My man's in control. He's in control of his destiny. He believes, yo, man's got the whole summer. Because at the end of the day, they messed up his holiday. They effed up behind his back. He's like, yo, if you no, listen, I'm gonna stay here, but I want the whole season. Are you gonna guarantee me that? And imagine they said, yo, yeah, we can guarantee you that for the whole season.
Even if they did guarantee that, people lie every day, bro.
I know.
Bro, that's the thing. Is like bro, in business, there's promises made all the time that are not kept. Like it's fact. Politics,
bro. I'm starting to believe that the latter right now, that he's and the issue. He's in control.
I don't know what it. Maybe he has maybe he knows how to work the corporate space and he understands what to say at the right time. And I don't know what he can
also. Can Ineos pull? Can they get a manager?
I think Man United can pull. I think Manchester United can still pull. I genuinely believe that. People always say, "Oh, the coaching market is dried up." I don't ever think the coaching market really
is dry now, though.
If you're a proper club, you can if you're a big club, Xabi Alonso would you could buy out Xabi Alonso and go get him. You could get Amram. I do think so, bro. But it's about the intent.
Okay. Xabi Alonso, he's gonna choose Real Madrid or Man United right now.
It's about no, of course. That's not the point. But again, I'm saying the market isn't. There's multiple managers. There's not one good manager in world football. There's multiple. There's multiple good managers.
Okay. Next manager. Who's the next manager we could go for? Amarin. Man City are now going in for
Nagelsmann.
Nagelsmann's not going to go till 2026.
I'm just free right now.
I'm just telling you. Let's give it the money, Saeed. This is what I'm
penny pinching with Alex Ferguson.
We're Manchester United, bro. We should be able to.
No, it's Ineos.
An elite club.
It's
An elite club can go and get any manager they want. Real Madrid can go and get any manager they want. They're like, this is the problem. And if they can't, then it shows me that they're probably not up to the job, bro. Because we should, and again, this goes back to what I was saying in the chat before. We are absolutely broke, bro. We couldn't afford Timo Werner on a £5 million loan in January, bro. We are absolutely skint. This is a lot of the reason why you're seeing the cuts, everything like that. So I understand the fact, Amarin with his £30 million buyout, whatever it is, United aren't going to do that now. And this is,
they're not.
A lot of the issues I have with the ownership, bro, and them coming in because nothing's changing. They're seeing the same effects of having a Glazer ownership as we are under the new ownership with Jim Ratcliffe, bro, because the money is still not there. Do you believe that United can attract the best managers in world football right now?
Yes.
Do you guys believe? Because I don't believe. I'm not gonna lie to you. They've shown me no belief.
It goes to what Australia is saying. The Ineos or whoever puts across the project that has a direct plan to be somewhere. You can talk about 2028 all you want, but to a manager, you have to show the reasonings and the plan to how we're going to get there and how we're going to achieve it. And like we all are in our jobs, you all want to be the best at everything. So managers are more egotistical, as you can see with Ten Hag. And most of the best managers are so egotistical. What manager is going to say no to managing Manchester United and being that man? Because 4 or 5 managers have all tried it, to be the man to get United back into the top of the mountain. And any manager worth his salt isn't going to turn it down because of the
honest with you, a lot of people
because of the money that they're going to get.
I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of people would say no now. A lot of people would. There's so many jobs that are better than the United job right now.
I don't know.
This is what I'm saying.
Easy job. Listen, Staffy. Listen, United right now, you don't have to perform well. You can be 14th minus goal difference and still be our fans backing you, wanting to give you 2 more years.
Outside of finances, Ash, it's not really an attractive job anymore.
No, it's Sappy. I do sort of hear where the angle you're coming from. I understand that, but here's the reality: is like not every position is going to be open. Real Madrid is not going to have an opening every year. Barcelona, when Man United manager job is available, that will still be one of the top jobs in England. It's still no matter what happens, it will still be one of the top jobs in England.
But here's the thing: 76,000 every game. Do you know what I mean?
It's still one of the top jobs in England. No matter how bad we are.
Here's the issue with it. There will always be something against it unless there's a manager who has no job. If we're talking about a manager with no job, I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
We're talking about United pool. Right now, we want Inzaghi as an example. People are saying, reports are coming out saying that Inzaghi rejected us. I don't find it crazy for Inzaghi to reject us to stay at Inter Milan at this point.
Facts. I don't think. Let's be honest, guys.
Exactly. I don't think historically.
They go for the title.
Like historically, I don't think Inter are bigger than us. They probably don't generate.
But they're on a bigger projection right now.
and he will probably get paid more money coming to United because Premier League makes more money than Serie A. However, I don't find it crazy for an Italian manager at Inter Milan right now who's competing for the league, who's consistent in the Champions League, who has, I would say,
probably only one though.
One of the better squads in Serie A.
Who else?
One of the only ones. Like,
but that's the example we're trying to make.
Look at the rest of them.
Like, let's just be very honest with ourselves. The fact that Zidane has not had a job for about 2 years, and we've been needing a manager for 2 years, and we know that we can't pull him, that just shows you the state of the club that we're in. Because back in the day,
but Liverpool
if Zidane was available as an example right after Fergie left, when Fergie left, everyone wanted the job. Everyone wanted the job. There was managers that were ready to leave their jobs in order to take this job. Remember when Mourinho took over the Chelsea job, and a year later Fergie left, and he was so sick. The reports came out that he was so upset that the United job was made available a year after he took on another job because he always wanted to be the successor to Sir Alex. The times have changed, guys. Let's just be honest.
Was it really available?
Zidane's turned a few clubs down, by the way.
Zidane said he didn't want to manage in the Premier League. So
he said he didn't want to manage PSG. He said he didn't want to manage Bayern. Do you know what I mean? He said he not wanted to manage a few clubs. So
no, I hear that. But if our pull was as strong as you guys are saying, we would. It's not just a Zidane thing. We would have been able to get in a big manager by now. But we have gotten too far that we've been declining so much that the issues that we have today is not the issues of yesterday or a year ago or 2 years ago. Every year, our issues are becoming worse, and we've been less attractive as the years go by. Like, that's just the reality of what we're at right now. We could still pull. I think we could still pull on Amorim out of Sporting if he really wanted the job, because at the end of the day, that's a significant jump. For him. You know what I'm saying? Or if we want, like, who else? The Stuttgart manager. Or someone else. If someone is like in a significantly lesser club,
right now.
I do think we'll get the pull if we really want to get them. But like, I don't think we can really pull managers out of big clubs like we think. Like, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. Even if you wanted Ainge from Spurs, I don't think we'd be able to get him. I really don't.
No, we wouldn't.
I agree with that. I think we could. I agree with that. But what I'm saying is the manager level we are currently looking for. So we are looking for that up and coming. We have to be looking for an up and coming. That's going to be that next.
Was it really?
That needs that big job. So I agree with what you're saying. We're not going to get Ancelotti. We're not going to. I don't think we'll get Inzaghi. I actually don't think Inzaghi would ever leave.
Wouldn't leave. Yeah, facts.
I don't think he would. So yeah, we are looking for that next level. But I still believe United should be able to go and get that manager out of a job. It shouldn't have to be Potter, Tuchel, Southgate that aren't in jobs. Why are we looking in the free market?
The thing is, the reason why for me is like, listen. I think for me, United fans can't turn their nose down, though. Is that for me something
Why can't we?
You believe right now United can turn their nose down at Thomas Frank right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, you can.
Absolutely. That flies in the face of what? That flies in the face of what I'm saying.
Why?
I'm saying we should be able to get managers out of a job, yeah? But so how do we?
I don't believe them,
bro. Brentford just scored the same amount of goals in one game that we scored all Premier League season, bro. So why is he going to come to United? Why is Thomas Frank going to come to United?
No, I'm not. I'm saying the reality. No, I'm saying you. I think we all need to realize that the reality of Thomas Frank coming is a possibility.
No, it's not.
And I'm not happy. I'm not saying it's happy. No. See, that's what I'm saying. You don't believe that. You don't believe it's a possibility.
It's not a possibility, bro.
It is a possibility. I genuinely believe Thomas Frank.
I think you're underestimating. Like, here's the issue, right? It's just an intense issue. That's all it is. It's an intense issue from Ineos. You feel me? If Ineos were laser focused in on getting their guy, which I think they should be, and they haven't been, they'll get. Bro, you tell me they can't get.
Okay. What's more? Okay, let me ask you a question. Big question. What's more reasonable right now? What's more likely? Amorim coming or Thomas Frank right now?
Thomas Frank.
Amorim.
Yeah,
Amorim's got a buyout clause.
Amorim, bro.
Where are we gonna get the money from?
Thomas Frank. Thomas Frank would be David Moyes, bro. He'd be out of his.
You're disrespecting Thomas Frank. He's not a David Moyes.
I'm not.
He's a guy that can tactically.
Stop. Wait, he is a David Moyes. He's absolutely
Everton was
It's not a David Moyes. I'm sorry.
David Moyes got
It's
Everton.
disrespectful.
David Moyes
You are
is
disrespecting. You are disrespecting.
No, you're disrespecting David Moyes. You're disrespecting David Moyes. David Moyes has done.
David Moyes for.
David Moyes has done. David
I
Moyes has
can't
done
hear
work.
what anyone is saying.
Wait,
so
sorry,
you guys are
Saeed,
like
wait, real quick. Saeed, David Moyes has done way more in football than Thomas Frank.
Forget what they've done. What are they doing for me now? That's the reality.
That's the comparison.
I'm sorry. When we got Ten Hag, what's he done in the past? What's Ten Hag done in the past?
Saeed,
What's Ten Hag done in the past?
Wait.
Can we go for Iraola instead? Forget France.
Saeed, let me land on this real
What are we
quick.
doing here, man?
Saeed, let me land on this. When we got David Moyes, he was a way bigger.
Did he get West Ham relegated? Did he get West Ham relegated?
No. Stop.
Did he win West Ham their first? Did he win West Ham their first European trophy in how long?
We're getting Moyes now. Saeed, sit down so I can talk.
That was before.
Saeed, sit down.
Look at the budget. Frank.
Saeed,
Brentford, they have an owner that is worth 30 million. Look at the budget that he's been on.
When David Moyes got the Manchester United job, he had got Everton into the Champions League, right?
Thank you.
He had a record. No, stop it.
Saeed, you're missing their point. At that time, Moyes was that guy. He wasn't the guy that relegated West Ham yet.
He was
missing their point.
I get it.
United, you're not but United
That's
was
some
a
balls
step
in that
too
team,
far for him, bro. The job was too big for him and it's swallowing him up. I'm saying Thomas Frank is a great coach for a mid-level Premier League side. He would not last in a big job.
David Moyes is how old is David Moyes? 60 odd, right? It's not that even that old, is it?
Compare it to
you
can't compare.
He has been found exposed.
No, we're not comparing it to David Moyes now, Saeed.
Yeah, I'm talking about the league right now. We're dealing with right now.
They're talking about the appointment of Moyes back then compared to the appointment of Thomas Frank right now.
It's about the appointment of
I genuinely believe if we'd have appointed Thomas Frank instead of David Moyes, Thomas Frank would have done a better job.
Why?
Are you kidding me? Because he's tactically better manager than David Moyes. What are we doing here?
Prime David Moyes? Is he?
Are you kidding me?
I think. Wait, guys, can I say something? I think we're.
Are you kidding me, man?
I think one of the reasons David Moyes failed at the time, it wasn't just necessarily that he wasn't a good manager. It was because we literally tried to make another Sir Alex by another. At the time, he was honestly, he's technically a Premier League legend right now because of the amount of years he spent in the Premier League and his history with Everton. But we just tried to make another Sir Alex. It wasn't really down to tactics or anything. We just literally brought another Scottish man trying to make him a copy of the Scottish man that we had. And it was always doomed to fail because he was never going to fill in the shoes. However, if you want to talk about tactics, let's just be honest, Saeed. Everton were playing good football at the time. Like David Moyes had that team before all the money that was pumped into other clubs. Everton were thereabout. They were fifth, sixth, fourth. They were a decent team. So if you wanted to talk about football at the time, David Moyes was
as it got on, as he got to the higher level,
it got worse, of course.
Did he not get exposed?
Yes.
Let's deal with the reality. Okay,
Thomas Frank.
So do you believe Thomas Frank?
Let's say finish because I can't hear you guys.
Okay. So I'm saying David Moyes, as he got to a bigger job, did he or did he not get exposed? Let's be honest.
Of course. We said
Frank will do the same.
No, I genuinely believe he would have a better chance. And for me, he's got a better acumen and just in general, a tactical nous than David Moyes to survive better than David Moyes. I'm sorry, guys.
Why?
You lot are disrespecting Thomas Frank and what he's done on a tiny budget. Let me land my fully point. And I'll let you know. The tiny budget that he's had at Brentford, this brother has got them in what? Mid-table-ish, when reality is they should be fighting relegation year in, year out. These guys have got an owner that is worth 30 million. Look what we're doing here, guys.
Where's his pedigree then, Saeed?
Pedigree? The pedigree is surviving in the league. They don't spend any money.
No, stop. Because the manager that came from Ajax had pedigree of winning. And
that's what I'm saying.
Right, so he's coming to this job and absolutely failed. So what I'm asking is, what do you see in Thomas Frank that tells you?
I'm not saying what I see. I feel like you just said right now he's a David Moyes. I'm saying stop that and stop. But you are disrespecting him. He's not a David Moyes.
Actually, no, I'm disrespecting David Moyes because he's not as good as David Moyes in the Premier League.
He's not. He's not even close. It's not even close. Seriously,
I don't know, man. I can't lie, guys.
I don't know. Sorry, you grew up watching the Premier League. It's truly not close. Yeah. What David Moyes has accomplished in the Premier League in comparison to Thomas.
No, but listen, again, I'm not talking about accomplishments. We're not talking about accomplishments. I'm just saying, as the years have gone on, David Moyes has failed to acclimatize to the Premier League.
I want to respond to this. Wait, real quick. I want to respond to this. Saeed, the issue is you are conflating David Moyes now. Yeah. We're not talking about David Moyes now. We are talking about
he just said
David Moyes now still decent. Look what he was doing for West Ham. Yeah, David Moyes now still decent. I'm
about to say David Moyes won a European trophy with West Ham, bro.
And rightly so, he won it in a competition. He won it, but in the Premier League, their football was terrible. West Ham fans were upset. Shall I bring Dan Lawless? Shall I call Dan Lawless?
Thomas Frank.
You understand that?
Shall I call Dan Lawless?
No, but you're confusing what we're talking about.
Yes, you're confusing what we're talking about.
Midnight. You're lucky it's midnight. I'm calling.
You're lucky. You're lucky it's midnight. You're lucky it's midnight.
You're
the whole issue.
I understand both points here, but what they're basically saying is when David Moyes was in ascension to come to United, he was arguably that Thomas Frank you're defending now. But what they're saying is
I never wanted David Moyes.
In his appointment at Everton, what he accomplished is not even a fraction of what Thomas Frank has actually done.
Not a fraction.
Oh my God.
So here's the thing.
Moving on really quickly.
Crazy, man.
Why are people in the comments acting like Everton's a big club or something? Oh, you can't compare Brentford.
Everton at that time were established top 6 clubs.
They were being relegated when David Moyes took over.
Okay.
Why were they?
David Moyes was taking over a relegation team at the time. They were playing poor.
Let's look at this Everton team that you're all talking about. Who do they have in their team? Please list the names.
Like Phil Jagielka.
They bought some attacking players like Osman.
Okay. Look at this Brentford team. Did you know anybody in this Brentford team before Thomas Frank made them who they are?
Did you know anything about Everton? Did you know anything
about
Everton?
I knew these brothers, man. They were good players, Everton. I'm talking about right now. Did you know these Brentford players? Look what the manager has done to elevate them.
Yeah, but look what they've done. I can also ask you, what has he done for you to give him that significant respect? Because I like Thomas Frank, but at the same time, he really hasn't accomplished anything. Like he's been in the
he's
league.
Not meant to, and still he's overachieving with his squad.
But I know he's not. But the way you're hyping him up is like he took that relegation side and made him compete for, I don't know, Conference League or Europa League. He's got him to play decent football for the level that they're in, and I'm not disrespecting that at all. But I think you're completely missing what they're saying about David Moyes when he first got from Everton. When you talked about coaches outside of the top 4 clubs at that time, because it wasn't even a top 6 thing, top 4 around that time, if I would have told you who's the better manager around that time, it was probably David Moyes. So it's like at that time, David Moyes was a big name from the rest that were outside of the top 4. Okay. When we talk about Thomas Frank right now, I do like Thomas Frank. And I'm going to be honest with you, Saeed. If we do get Thomas Frank, I'm not going to snub my nose at him because I don't think we're in a situation where we can just pull the best manager. I don't think we're there at all. But you are hyping him up a little bit.
I'm not hyping him up. Wallahi, I'm not hyping him up.
I didn't like maybe you're not intentionally. Maybe you're not intentionally.
Yeah, but
maybe subconscious. But the
Double A said he's just a David Moyes, and I don't like that for me. The idea of this another David
Moyes. It is in a way that's him actually doing injustice.
Can I
there is no proof that his next step is going to be a success as much as David Moyes was. I thought David Moyes had a maybe because of the caliber of the manager is. If he wasn't replacing Fergie, take away Fergie. If it was just in a vacuum, in a separation where David Moyes just makes an elevation to a top 4 team and takes over, do I think he'll do yes or no? I probably would have said yes. Forget the fact that it was Fergie, and I think that's the reason he failed. When you ask me right now, do you think Thomas Frank can take on a top 6 team and succeed at him, let alone United?
We don't know.
The odds are not as good as you think they are.
Of course,
there's a very good chance that he will be another David Moyes in terms of failure.
And we still have and I'm confident we still have more than enough pull to get a manager who's more established than Thomas Frank.
I'm
confident about it, bro. We've already named a few managers.
So Amarin and That's what you
Xavi.
named.
I don't think we, but he's tell me. I think that's when you're wrong. I don't think we should necessarily just look for an established manager. Maresca's not established. Arteta was not established, bro.
Facts.
Even like people think, I swear people think I'm crazy when I say this. Pep was not established when he took over Barca.
No,
he was,
wasn't.
bro. He was managing the B team. Nobody at that time would have thought that's a good move. Zidane, when he took over Madrid, he was managing what's their second team called?
Yeah, he was
their B team as well.
Yeah.
Like I don't like the idea of top 6 teams when they get a manager who's not managed a top 6 side, where they think, oh, he's not good enough for the job. Eventually, you have to have a good enough resume to finally make that step. There's a lot of good managers. You're never going to be proven if you're good or bad if you don't take that step.
I hear
and
that.
I don't think that's fair to do,
No,
Thomas.
So let me respond to that. One, I hear that point, but two, again, the managers I'm listing are not some like these aren't like A-listers. I'm not mentioning the cream of the crop here. I'm mentioning like the tier below and slightly the tier below that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that we have to have some superstar manager, some world beater that's won Champions Leagues and won pop. That's not what I'm saying.
But I'm just saying to you guys, like the reality of Thomas Frank coming to Man United is a real possibility, and you guys have to get with that.
I genuinely, I
what
promise
if the reality?
What
you started saying before all of this is the truth?
No, because you know why? Because Ineos changed my mind. Remember, I was saying F the reality, but now Ineos have said, you know what?
Well, in that case, bro, Southgate must be a reality then.
No, but he's ruled himself out.
If United come to him, bro, I don't know about.
They might do. Who knows?
Not that. When Saeed said, "What if they told Eric Ten Hag in the summer because of everything that happened, you've got till May, regardless of what they say."
Sorry.
What if they? Remember when you said earlier? If imagine Ineos has said to Ten Hag, regardless of what happened, you're here to
and F Ineos in it. F Ineos.
It wouldn't surprise me, bro. It wouldn't
surprise me, but F Ineos in it. That's all.
It would be very sad. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, it'd be sad.
No one should be guaranteed his job. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do. You should never be guaranteed your job.
Very sad.
Anyway, let's get these last super chats in, guys. Still 1,900. The concurrent has been excellent, guys. So big up to you. It's not Ineos, it's United. It's an advertising tool, says Tom. Tom says again, United against APT is never going to be Ineos money. Big up Warren Hussein says, if you're a top manager, ask yourself, what chance do you give yourself to turn United around? What elements would you need to do so? And do Ineos United look capable?
They're always going to, though. Every manager has an ego.
Well, I don't know, man. There's ego in them.
I'm the guy who can fix it. That's what they're going to be.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. Suj says, big up Saeed and the panel. Make sure y'all hit the likes and free. Last late night content is tough. Yeah, man. Big up to Suj, man. It's amazing how deterioration slowly creeps into a norm. I can't believe I'm hearing United fans debating Moyes and Thomas Frank managing at Man United. And Thomas Frank spent big on Danish bombs. Do your research. Listen, man. If that's what you call the thingy. And then also, you got to remember as well, they've literally been competing like mid-table, like generally for the time that they've been here. So top fair play to Frank.
Let's get Bournemouth's manager then. Let's get Bournemouth's manager too. Let's look at him. You know, like, hey, I'm not mad at it.
Bournemouth's a good manager.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm telling you. Like,
Areola's a good manager.
I just think we can do slightly better. That's all I'm saying.
He'd be in a rally, so I don't want him. I'm joking.
Big up, and he says Frank has been in the Premier League 3 years. Moyes was in the league for decades. Frank tactically is miles ahead of Moyes. He could play multiple styles while Moyes is defensive, one-dimensional draw specialist. That's another thing as well. Like tactically, for me, like I swear to you guys, tactically, that brother is clear of David Moyes.
But back then, David Moyes.
I think you're forgetting how good David Moyes was.
Yeah, you're overhyping. He took relegation fodder to a champion, like to
with a good team that everyone knew.
I think you guys are generally forgetting how good David.
Yeah,
Moyes
bro,
was.
you're forgetting how good David Moyes was, bro.
It wasn't a role beater.
He was a proper manager in his prime.
Anyway, listen, I don't know. But for me, you know what it was here? I wasn't even trying to say that I want Thomas Frank. All I'm saying is I just don't like the slander. That's it.
No slander, bro.
No, I don't want you either. I just feel
can I just explain what I meant? Can I just explain what I meant by David? He's another David Moyes. What I mean by that is he will get into a big job, especially he will come to United and he will massively struggle, bro, because of the culture, because of the expectation, and because I just don't think he's an elite level manager. He's what our coach is what I think Manchester United need. I think he's great, but I just think he would be another David Moyes in terms of the result of what would happen at Manchester United. That's all I meant.
See that the way he dealt with Tony. Tony ran amok. Do you know what I mean? At Brentford, all this, all his off-field stuff and that. It just allowed to.
I think regardless, guys, I know Said you got to wrap up, but I think regardless, if I look up history and look up how many managers made that move up from a lower team or a mid-table team to a top 4, top 6 team, at least in stature, not necessarily in the table, and they failed, I think the odds are that you're most likely to fail than to succeed anyways. And that's why we remember the ones that actually made that step up and they actually succeeded. That's why these guys are looked at as legends towards at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, also, if that does happen, I would back, like, don't get me wrong, Thomas Frank is not my choice, but I would understand that and I would back it. Because at this point, you guys don't understand how desperate I am to actually watch decent football. Like, I generally think if they put Double A and Saeed and Ash in the dugout, wallah, I'll be more excited. I'll actually be hyping up. I'll be on my watch along. I'll be like, my boys, yo, they're in the dugout today. I swear, I think we do better than what this manager's doing right now. That's how desperate I am. But I need people to understand that if we get another manager, I swear we're not in no point or no position to say, oh, this is not good enough. Just look at Chelsea and take them as a lesson. Look at them right now. We were just bantering them, calling them mother brothers about 3-4 months ago. Look at them right now. Maresca's looking like he's the next Pep, and everyone's hyping him up. And oh my God, look at the football they're playing. You never know who's actually a decent manager or not until they make that move. And that's the one reason, Said, I think I agree with Said on that. We shouldn't just like slander him and say, yeah, it's not going to work. You really don't know unless it happens.
Yeah. Big up to Damien says, you guys are in no position to say no to Thomas Frank. Lol, let's be real. Arteta had no experience prior to Arsenal. Why can't Thomas get a chance?
No, that's very good. That's what I'm saying.
It's a fair comment. It's a fair comment.
United is not Arsenal. That's why.
Listen, man.
You guys can I just make a point a second as well? This league is won by managers who've won league titles. You go back the last 5-10 managers in this league, they've all won league titles previous. You look at Pep, you look at Klopp, you look at Conte, you look at whoever you want to look at. You go back, a manager's won a league title somewhere before they've won the Premier League title. They don't come in. You don't get the Artetas. You don't get those managers. You even look at Sir Alex Ferguson when he came in, he'd won a league title. I mean, so these idea of like Thomas Franks and these guys, that's why you got to lean towards an Amorim or someone who's been there. Been at the tough end, at the difficult end of the season. You can't go for these guys who've just nearly men who've never been there. It's not worked in the Premier League.
I could actually tell you. I could actually turn it on you. I could actually turn it on you and ask you how many managers came in that won a league before they came here and they failed and they got sacked. Frank de Boer is one of them as an example.
Frank de Boer.
And obviously I wasn't expecting him to win it. I forgot who he managed.
But there's a bigger sample size for that. You look at the managers that have won Premier League. Man.
No, but my point is, I get what you're saying, and you're probably right with that. But I can equally use that as a point and say there's a lot of managers that won the league, came here and failed. Xavi won the league with Barcelona. Let's get him in. Do I think he's going to win the league? I don't think so.
But Staffy, but to that point though, it's like there's an 100% hit rate of you need to win the league somewhere to win. Like that's like you can't take that away. Obviously, people are going to fail at winning the league, even managers have won things. But if the sample size of managers who have won the league is and the bare minimum requirement is you've won somewhere else. You can't take that away. The other point,
pretty sure if I look it up, I'll find managers that won the league for the first time here. I said I'm pretty sure if I look up how many managers have won the league here that didn't win it somewhere else, I'll find a couple. I don't want to even use Ranieri. I know Ranieri is one of them. Ranieri, but I don't even want to use his name because he's such an anomaly. He won it with Leicester, anyways. It's not like he was
I'm trying to think of who else has won the league.
Pellegrini, yeah.
And Mancini won the league in Italy before he came. I don't even remember.
Yeah, he won it in the trouble.
He won winning the league. We need to win our next game.
Because Man United should always think about winning the league. Because we're Manchester United.
I can't lie.
You know what's man? I would. Big up Musa, man. Big up Musa. I would generally take Xavi as new manager of Man United.
Yeah, Xavi.
I wish you'd and pick someone. Frank. You're picking everyone.
I'm saying this.
But he's desperate too. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It's not desperate. I just think it's one of them.
I just told you I would take you in the dugout, Double A. No disrespect, but that's how desperate I am, bro. If you're the next manager, I will accept it. I'll remove the Fergie thing behind that. I'll put a Double A picture. I'll be like, that's my guy for right now. That's how. That's
Xavi, man.
You've got me on your feet already, bro. So.
Just send me a picture in that Brazil kit and I'll hang it on.
Players respect Xavi as well. Players coming into United, they're respecting Xavi. Thomas Frank.
Well, Bruno will play.
It'd be like Van Gaal 2.0, but at least we'd have some structure, bro.
Nah, all I know, Bruno won't play in that system because we've been possession.
Oh, hell no, he wouldn't.
And Bruno would be out. So,
he would not be
lovely.
That's a fact.
I might just get a manager just to get Bruno out of the team, but you know the one's there, bro. So,
yeah,
Xavi's
very pragmatic, bro. So that it'll be a little bit boring, to be fair. But hey.
But listen, people, we're going to wrap it up here. We've been 2 hours, and listen, man, I can't lie, man. We need a rest, man. We need to enjoy our nights, man. What is Man United doing to us? We're speaking at 12:14 a.m. It's mad.
About David Moyes and Thomas Frank.
And Thomas Frank, bro. Wallahi, this club is finished, wallahi. We're actually deep it here, man. This club is finished, guys. We're 14th, and we're talking about Thomas Frank and David Moyes.
Bro.
We are finished. Finished.
I like a footy chat, regardless of what we're talking about.
No, facts.
Yeah. To be fair, Jason, I did say that, so yeah, I just have to hope in it again. But listen, man, make sure you follow everyone. FCAA. Make sure you follow Mr. Strella. Big up to Ash Meppers. Big up to Staffy TV. Wavy Temi. Big up to you all for jumping on, man. And hopefully we're better circumstances after this. You know what I mean?
No promises.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, man. Big up.
There you go.
Good luck,
yeah, Brentford at home. Yeah. So.
All right. The last time you were at the stadium, said it was the Spurs game.
Bro, we've only won one game at home this season in terms of Premier League. So
I know if we lose again, do we expect that?
And that was mad.
Do we expect that again? Said on the mic.
I don't know. Whatever happens, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I'm just trying to get to 5 p.m. on Saturday. That's all I want. 5 p.m. and then I know my fate. Then I know what happens.
Said was driving his location last time for
I genuinely don't care.
What I'm in the parking lot. Come see me.
We win. Yeah.
I was recording, so I'd have to back him up as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was up for it. Don't get me wrong.
That's what it is. We're gonna raid their flawless stuff. You're not going live, are you? Are you not doing anything?
Hell no, bro. I'll be back when United play football. I don't want to talk about this stuff.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Cool, we're gonna raid flawless.
2028 stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be back in 2028 when we win the league.
Yeah. Hey. But we are gonna raid flawless. He's live with Monts, Sarcasm City special. So make sure you go and raid his channel. And yeah, big up to everyone who's locked in. I will see you tomorrow. Mandem talk. You know them ones there, bro. I don't even have that clip, but we'll just play this again.
This is madness. This is a sickness. This is. This is what this is. That's what Eric Ten Hag fans are. They're vaccinated with the wrong vaccine. And now the neurons in the brain are fried.